Hello, welcome back to Mr. Arsenal podcast, or another Premier League Arsenal Watchalong. As you can see, I'm joined by Sam already, Melvin, Ryan, number 2. Souls and the guys are on their way. As soon as they backstage, as I always say, I'll put them straight into the screen. Right, Sam, how are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
So far, so good after yesterday.
So far, so good, yeah?
Yeah. Dose myself up, keep myself all headache-free, so I say. Woke up, my head was numb as fuck this morning.
Oh, yeah, a bit rough, eh? Bit rough.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Keep myself dosed up, as always. But, yeah, we'll go dive straight into it, but basically, the lineup, the one big surprise, really, is Chambers at right back. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, is this his first proper senior appearance under Arteta? Because he was injured when Arteta came in.
I can't remember him playing a game.
I think this is his first, yeah. It's
not starting, anyway. I can't remember him starting a game.
Yeah, and also Hector's on the bench, and you've got Lewis in the group chat on WhatsApp saying it seems like he doesn't trust him anymore. It fucking took long enough.
Well, I don't think it's that. I just think I think he's really trying to save him probably for the Europa League. Because, I mean, it's a big gamble bringing in Chambers at right back now. You know, I don't think he distrusts Bellerin that much, to be honest. So for me, I think he's just resting him, which is a bit of a surprise. I agree, because I would have thought Bellerin would be playing, but I think he's trying to rotate players now, keep them fresh for the Europa League. You know, Smith Rowe is not there. He's resting. So, you know, I think we've got some eyes here definitely on the Europa League.
Yeah, and also Warren says in the chat as well, Willian starting. Can't blame him, but you can't say have a go at Willian, because he is suddenly the last 2 games he has given something to the game. He has contributed, so that you got to reward him at some point. But yeah, going back to what you said about the Europa League, that is a good point. I think that is probably the case, and we'll probably see on Thursday night, what time it kicks off.
Yeah.
But as well, we've had 6 days off. It's not like there's been a midweek game, so that's why it's unexpected.
Exactly, but I get the point. People might be thinking he's finally thinking Bellerin's not good enough. I can see that when you look at that lineup, because Chambers coming in ahead of him is like, you know, why would you do that? But at the same time, if you're resting him, if you might have a tiny little niggle, you know, he might only be 90% instead of 100%. You know, then Chambers, and obviously something's up with Cedric. I don't know, is something up with Cedric, or maybe he's just being rested? I don't know.
I think he's just been rested. He has played a lot recently, so he probably has been rested.
So that's what I'm saying. So Cedric's probably going to be lined up for the Europa League. And then so there might be an injury issue with Bellerin. He might not be 100%, because for me, it just seems like he wouldn't dislike Bellerin that much that he would put Chambers in there. I mean, I think he's got a reason, you know, for doing this. Even though it is strange, it looks on paper, it looks strange. It really does.
But then to be fair to Chambers as well, because when he last played for Arsenal, from what I can remember, was under Emery, the last time he played. But in that brief period when he came back from the loan at Fulham, he came back with like a point to prove. And he played right back. He played left back at one point. There was games where he was getting pulled over to left back. So,
in my opinion,
right back, he was doing a good job. So, in
my opinion, he was better at the games I've seen him play. In my opinion, I think he was better at centre back than at right back. Because for me, I just think at right back he's just not quite dynamic enough. He's not quite quick enough. He's not good offensively. You know, in the attacking third enough for me. He's more like a classic fullback type. You know, a bit defensive. I mean, he's good defensive, right? So. At least that way we should see him perform well defensively. But him going forward just doesn't. He's just not good going forward, in my opinion. The same way as a Cedric would be, or maybe even Bellerin would. I would say is better going forward than Chambers. You know, but but listen, I mean, Chambers could definitely do a good job, and like you say, he's got the chance to prove himself today. I mean, he's on the chopping board, right? I think he's on the chopping board for this summer.
We're looking at right.
So if he's on the chopping board for this summer, right, this is his chance to shine. So Let's see if he does it, right?
Well, exactly. As I was just saying, from the reports we're getting, we are looking at the likes of Lamptey and all that, but haven't made an approach,
Harris,
obviously, because Max Owens as well, and I think there's someone else we've been linked to as well. I think you mentioned him a few weeks ago.
Is it Hakimi? We're still looking
I think
at
so. I
Hakimi.
think that's the name I've seen as well going around.
I'd love to.
The pressure's on.
Wow, what a player! Hakimi, he's great.
The pressure is on now to step up, because if not, come the summer, it'll be a George Graham, where the door is, basically.
Exactly.
And for what? In that sense, you got to applaud Arsenal and Arteta for having that ruthlessness of saying that you're not good enough anymore. You're not stepping up. You're not giving us what we want. We need to get to a certain level.
The latest report saying he wants about 6 players. He's looking at bringing in to replace current first team players.
Yeah.
And so if that's true, I mean, that is, like you say, first of all, I like the sound of it, because it sounds like he's actually ambitious, which is what we want. And the second, he's ruthless as well. You need to be ruthless today, in this game. You've got to be. It's results driven. That's what it is. So I'd love to see, and some of the names are big names as well, being linked as well, which is always good to see. But we'll see. I mean, there's Premier League proven players in there, which is great. That's what we wanted. Premier League proven players. I think we want to see more of that rather than unknown people from abroad. Gary has obviously got his pills in him today. Nice to see. And did you take the red one or the blue one, Gary?
I actually did a half and half. I don't know what that does.
Okay, that'll do the job. Yeah, but listen, final word was, you see a lot of the names linked. I like a lot of the names because a lot of them are Premier League proven, and that's what we want to see, right? We don't want to take a lot of chances now on unproven, foreign players.
Well, Stephen, I'm trying to pronounce his last name, but Steve says, "Don't care who plays, just play good, Arsenal." Yeah, that's all we ask for, really. Win, lose or draw, we ask for a performance. But it's no, as I put one of the times, eventually announced by Arsenal's social media, like 5 minutes later. No excuses for the team today. It's a strong enough team to we saw Tottenham put the sword to them last week, so they can do it. The form they're in, we can, and we're on a winning streak. And we've started a sort of a winning streak, and with Olympiacos away this week as well, we need to get that momentum going. And then I guess we've got next Sunday, that lot. So we need to get the momentum going.
The bloody shit, we've got to keep it going. No, I mean, first of all, just want to say hello to everyone in the chat. You see a lot of the regulars in there. Warren, nice to see you, Russ, and everyone else. Steve else, the Misfit. It's good to see all the lads. Yeah. Anyway, just want to say, after the Leicester game, we've got to keep the momentum going. And that's why we want to see Willian perform today. He's given a chance today. He's got to perform because now he's getting another chance. And this is what we need to see. We need to see that, another good performance, that consistency. I don't think we're going to see another 4-0 because that seldom happens. The teams are seldom going to have 2 bad games in a row like that. It doesn't really happen. They're probably going to be up for it today against Arsenal. But I think we'll beat them. I have a good feeling today. I think we'll beat them.
Yeah, and I'll obviously bring the other guys in because there's listen to us waffle now.
Yeah, we're waffling on
Sal's going, Melvin have joined us. We've got one more person to join us via number 2. But yeah, we'll go with you, Melvin, first.
You're on mute. You're muted.
Melvin, you're on mute. You're still on mute. Can't hear you.
Well, can I say something? Yeah. I guess first thing I notice is, all right, so if Chambers is playing, right, and he's been on the bench and we figured he's injured and all of that, then Martinelli not playing means that he's not doing what Arteta wants, because if he was injured, he would be out of the lineup, right? Because Cedric's out, right? So for me, he's just not doing what he's supposed to do, which, might be understandable because whatever he's asked to do, he can't do right now for whatever reason. Because, so that's how I look at that one. So if Chambers is playing today and Cedric isn't even on the lineup sheet, that means if you're injured and you're not going to play, you're out. But if you're on the fence, is he still talking to us?
No, he's talking to someone in his house.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I see from the lineup there. Otherwise, I like the lineup. I would have liked to see Cedric. But now what worries me now is, I guess I'm worried already for the next game because, not playing Bellerin means that Cedric is maybe a possible miss next week in Greece. Right? I mean, you would think if it was just precautionary, maybe Bellerin plays today and maybe starts, right?
Yeah, also with Benton as well. When he plays, the likes of Pepe, because of how Hector does play going forward and defensively, it nullifies Pepe's or whoever plays on that right hand side along up ahead of him, nullifies what they do completely. Because he doesn't support. I think the whole point of this role is like Arteta wants these fullbacks to support the wingers on either side, like we used to have with Perez and Lauren, Perez and Cole, Lauren and Nürnberg, have that sort of effect, shall we say? But he doesn't do it. But as soon as you put like a Cedric, or maybe we'll see today with Chambers, we're seeing the skill set that we know of these players like the Pepes, the Woodians of this world. Even if it was Aubameyang or Saka on that side as well. I think there's no coincidence. There's a bit of no coincidence there, but at the same time, yeah, he's on the bench. We'll see. We'll find out. The big quick thing is we'll find out with that on Thursday with the line on there. If he's still on the bench, then you've got to start thinking that maybe the time is up. He has upset someone.
Well, it's not even that he's upset anybody. It's just that, you know what, we found somebody who does the job better, right? I mean, that's what we're found. So, and you know what, he's at a point where Arsenal needs to figure out which players they can sell, and he might be a good player to sell because he's still young and
get some money for him. Yeah.
We need to find those players like a Lacazette, like a Bellerin, even a Xhaka. If it worked out that we could get the player in to replace him. Just because you can get more money for him than anybody else. Not getting any money for Ceballos, right? El Neni, no. So there's the only midfield money coming in would be from a Xhaka sell. So, if we're self-sustaining, like they say, and we're not going to get an influx of money from Uncle Stan, then we're going to have to figure out. They're going to have to figure out ways to do it. And we'll see how ruthless or ambitious the team is with what they do, right? So,
yeah, exactly. I mean, Melvin, now I can hear you. What was you going to say?
All right, hello. I just saw Bellerin come out. So he looked like he'd just found a penny and lost a pound. He's so miserable. The body language was horrible. I mean, he could be the third right back now, couldn't he?
That would be a surprise. That would be a surprise. Yeah.
I mean,
of us are saying that in the chat.
Chambers at right back. I think Chambers, deserves a go like most of them do. But at right back, we've seen him there before sometimes, and if he gets a tricky winger against him, he struggles. I mean, we were talking on last night a couple of Burnley people on over and over again, and they said their best player is their winger. Actually, he's really, really good. So it just worries me to see what can. We all remember the Swansea game, and that was years ago with Chambers. I thought we'd never put on a number 2 again, but there we go. And also, I don't know, didn't hear what you said about Pepe. I mean, it's all about confidence this game. I'm not saying he's the best player in the world, but if you want to, he's an asset, and if you want to try and make your assets better if possible. I know he's not dropped, but he's not playing. I think continuity helps, and he's not done that with him. He's not injured, I wouldn't have thought. He's not tired, I wouldn't have thought. So I'm just surprised he hasn't played him again. And Saka could have done with another rest today, couldn't he? That'd been brilliant for Thursday, because Thursday's such an important game.
It's away as well.
You could never pick an Arteta team. No more chance of winning the lottery.
Sales, what about yourself? You're looking miserable.
I'm so tired. It's so early. Again, another week away. But you know what? Actually, I'm quite okay with the lineup. To be honest, it's not far from what I thought. Other than Chambers, I think that's the biggest surprise. I think pretty much everyone. I'm not saying it's much of a surprise because I don't expect him to play or I don't think he can become a good player. It's just we've not seen him this season at all. He's not been loaned out. He's not played any minutes this season. So it's just a bit of a surprise that all of a sudden he's been given a game. That's let's be real. It can turn our fortunes in the league around. And I know people have written the league off and everything, but it is quite tight. And as much as people may laugh, top 6 is still on the table if we start pulling results around. So but I do think, Chambers maybe, he's turned his sort of movement around. Maybe he's learned from a Cedric, for example, or even from a Saka how to make those attacking movements. So we can only hope that he plays well. And I've said I'm fairly confident going into Burnley that we should be beating them. I feel like we've started to figure out a system that should be able to exploit this Burnley side. And even looking at it, obviously you've got your threats and Lowton, McNeil, Goodmanson can have a good game. No Ashley Barnes for them. Obviously we know how good Vidra can be at times. So it's just about getting that early. The key to this game is getting that first goal. We can't let them score first. If they score first, it's pretty much game over.
We'll say that we did it last week. We got a goal in last week.
Exactly, yeah.
But Burnley are quite different in terms of once they get that goal, they seem to be a lot more solid to seeing games out. I'm not saying it's I probably shouldn't say it's game over, but I'd say it's going to make the game a hell of a lot harder to win.
No, of course it will. Yeah, in that sense it will. Yeah, because that's what we do most of the time. Let's be honest. Oh dear.
Let's try and keep it, Neil. Let's try to not let in a goal the first 5 minutes, hey?
Let's score 2 goals in the first 10 minutes. All right, let's just turn it around. Let's do a complete 180, and you know what?
Yeah, just like we did against Leicester, we didn't concede at halftime. Let's just flip it on its head. Let's do what Arsenal both do normally.
Ray from the Arsenal fan circle saying hello, Ryan, and the panel rotate aside to keep the Europa team fresh. We can get on board with that. That's fine. We understand it because the opponent we're playing. Squad must win this one. I like the lineup. I'm looking for the continuity now.
Yeah.
So, if that's the case, then he's keeping Cedric fresh, not Bellerin.
Possibly. As I tell you,
because why not? If he wants to save people for Thursday, then he'd play Cedric today and Bellerin on Thursday, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
that's a bit strange.
Necessarily.
In there.
But if Cedric's hurt, if Cedric's hurt, then he's not playing today, regardless. So why even have him on the bench? Which is what we've said about any player, right? He's not on the bench. So.
Oh, sorry.
That's why we think. That's why we're still like in 2 minds. Right. Is it just he's fallen out of favour, or is it that he's going to be the first choice still, but he's been rested for Thursday? But as I said, we'll find all that out. If he's not in the starting 11 on Thursday, then you can start to read into it and say, well, maybe he stays on.
Did anyone see that? There's this YouTube channel, very good YouTube channel, does a lot of football analysis. I think it was called Tifo Football or something like that. I can't remember the exact name of it.
Rings a bell.
Yeah. Did anyone watch the analysis they did recently of Arsenal's? They did some analysis recently of Arsenal's tactics and that, and it's amazing how different Arsenal are with Cedric playing as a right back. How much more effective our attack is. He just works so well together with Pepe on the overlap there, or whoever's up front. He works so well overlapping and creates so much more in our attack when he's playing. And I'm just wondering if maybe that is something Arteta has picked up on now and actually decided to be a bit ruthless and do the right thing and actually leave Bellerin out because Cedric's more effective.
I mean, what's interesting
going forward, not today, but going forward.
What's interesting about that is we thought we saw a similar kind of uptick in Pepe when you put Ainsley there, and he's not even anywhere. He can't even get a game, right? He couldn't even get a game with Arsenal. So it's always been there, I think. Whether Arteta found the right player or Cedric wasn't ready, who knows? But it's always been an issue there, right? You put Pepe on the right, you put Bellerin there, it just doesn't work as well. You put Ainsley there, and it looks much better, right? And it's not anywhere close to where Cedric there, but you put a better right back there, and who knows what Pepe's going to do?
Yeah, I mean, it was so interesting to see the analysis because they were showing the different runs Bellerin was making in versus Cedric, and you can just see Cedric is so much smarter in the way he moves off the ball, the way he creates more with overlapping into channels. You can just see it's a different game when he's playing off the ball compared to Bellerin, and it's an analysis like that you don't really get to see while you're watching a game live on television. But it's so fascinating when you get to see a proper analysis like that. You really do see the difference in playing the right player, how much that means, and we've also seen it now with Erdegaard. They did the same analysis with Erdegaard. And when Erdegaard is playing, we create chances. The chances come when we're using Erdegaard. He clicks in that 10 role together with Saka and Smith Rowe. And when he's playing in that pocket there, he's always finding spaces that other players can't really find. And all of a sudden he will, when he gets the ball, he will find a space in the channel, or he will find a through ball. And you just see it there in the tactical analysis how much more effective we are with Erdegaard when he's on the pitch versus when he's not, and it's just fascinating to see.
When you talk about the Cedric and Bellerin comparison, I think Cedric is better defensively, but also going forward, he has no fear. In the back of your mind, you think Bellerin, every time he's looking for it to be perfect for him to attack, whereas Cedric, he just goes for it anyway, which I like.
Yeah.
Bellerin still thinking about that ACL injury. That's his issue. Like, and to be honest with you,
I agree.
he's never really. Yeah. And to think about it, when you think about that injury, that is probably one of the worst injuries you can get.
Yeah.
However, Bellerin hasn't exactly evolved as a player since even before that injury, and that's always been my biggest issue, because even when you look back at Emery's first season and we signed Lichtsteiner, it's like, that wasn't exactly the best person I would have went for. Do you know what I'm saying? We needed someone, even trying to get Cedric then, that could have been a possibility. Do you know what I mean? Because Cedric has always been a good right back, even for Southampton. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and to be honest, Chambers, I actually do root for Chambers a bit, because I do see something there as somewhere else, not as a centre back. Because before he got injured playing right back, he was actually pretty good, if we all remember. Then he got injured, and then Ainsley got in there, and then we all know what happened with that. So for me, I was pretty happy with Chambers coming in. I thought, he needs a little bit of game time. But if that means Bellerin is probably going to be banished for a while, so I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Bellerin can't defend for shit. That's always been the issue. No, this is the thing. I'm not even getting at him. That's just a fact. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And this is why they always attack that side. Pepe doesn't get help. Even when Saka's playing in there, you don't really see Bellerin help Saka that much. Saka does it by himself.
No.
He knows.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You definitely have it right that even though Bellerin, I understand the ACL. I've had the ACL, surgery and all of that, and you are gimpy going up the stairs, much less trying to go out on a full sprint. So I can understand that. But also, even when you get hindered by either, it could be an injury, but it also could just be you're tired. You got to play smart, right? And that's the part that he's not picking up on it either. So he doesn't have the pace.
He can't cross either.
All right. So you got to work on something, right? Your positional awareness on the field, right? For defensive reasons. He's always out of position. He can do better at that. Don't take risks when you don't have to. He puts himself in such bad situations. Every time we see a player running off his shoulder all the time, and it ends up in a goal. And you're like, you know what? You got to be, if you're not going to be able to keep up with them, then you got to take a step back, and be cautious, be more cautious in your defense. And when you blast forward, you got to blast back, right? You can't just do one. It's got to be both sides for me. So
also,
I've said it. The way you're going to beat Burnley isn't on the ball. You're going to beat them off of your off-ball movement today. You've got to disorganize this team, and by doing what you've got to do is you've got to overload them in the attacks and get into positions where you're going to be dragging players out of position, and that's what Spurs did really well. They overloaded with at least a minimum of 4 players at a time, and then brought their wing backs into it as well. So it's all about smart movement, and that's how you open them up. It's not about being clever on the ball. It's about being off the ball and moving well together.
Oh dear. Players coming out on my screen, by the way. What about yours? Burnley just come out on my screen.
Yeah, it's like a power league stadium, isn't it? It's like a Sunday league where you've got to come from a different changing room from somewhere else into the stadium.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Burnley's lineup now.
Yeah, because Burnley's channel too narrow. It's like Highby. It's too narrow. It's not like a modern day tunnel, so we say.
No, it's wicked though. I like it.
Yeah. Oh dear.
It's back in the old day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what are we going for score predictions?
Willian scoring 3-1.
Okay, so
2-0.
I'm still.
I think we'll win 2-1.
3-0.
3-0. I was going 3-0 as well.
3-0.
Melvin said, yeah. Melvin,
Come on, Willian, score for me.
2-0 for me.
2-0 and go.
Yeah, I think we need a clean sheet today. So
Yeah.
I think 2-0 will probably be the way we get it. If it's 3-0, I have a feeling that means it's going to be a busy game for us, which means we'll probably give up a goal. So I'm going to go with 2-0, and a 2-0 where we actually feel like we're on the front foot the whole time, and they are under pressure. So
Andrew's on his way, by the way, as well. He's asked for the link, so I sent him the link. So as soon as he joins, I'll ask him for his score prediction as well and his thoughts on the lineup. Oh dear.
Let me ask
think I
everyone
don't
a
get-
quick question,
Yeah, go on.
if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Do you think it was wise to start Leno? Because I put Leno with my preview, but
Yeah,
I was watching someone the other day and they said, why not give Ryan a go? Because we're going to need Leno for the next continuous 4 games. I mean,
otherwise,
You don't
you
need
have
to
to
rotate
rotate.
keepers, though.
I mentioned that.
well, what's the point of having Ryan then? What are we going to do with him? He's just gonna
Back up.
sit there
Back
for the
I
up.
rest of
mentioned
the
that earlier this week, and
Yeah, back up. Cool. Then what? He's just going to sit there for the rest of the season.
Well, that's his job. It's backup. You can't
Yeah,
you don't rotate keepers. You don't rotate keepers.
But there's
They
no
don't-
point
yeah,
of
they
having
don't-
2 other keepers.
Russ,
You only have 1 keeper.
Well,
Russ
they
down.
do because you're backup. They're backup. That's what they are.
what do you
No, what we're
To be
doing
fair,
is next season, Ryan's obviously going to play the cups. Ryan's
Yeah.
going to play the cups next season, probably.
Are we signing Ryan though?
He'll be a free,
he's
so
a free
yeah.
agent. He's a free agent, and he loves Arsenal.
Hey there, Andrew.
Andrew,
Hi guys,
That's
how you
nice.
doing?
Hello.
What's up, Andy?
There he is, looking
Yeah,
good,
good, man.
looking good.
Yeah, I mentioned that, but you know what? Like they said, there's no reason to rest Leno, but I would have liked to have seen Ryan in this game, and then give Leno those 3 games in a row that are going to be really, really crucial
Yeah,
for
but
us.
why? The thing I want to know is why do you want to change goalkeepers in a game like this? I just don't get it.
We changed. We had to put Ryan in the last game. He looked good to me. So
Yeah, but when
I'm
you
not
have
feeling.
to, when you have to, you
Yeah,
have
we
to.
had
I'm
no
talking when
choice.
you don't have to.
No, I know, but of course, that's even more critical that he had come out and play a good game. So if you're thinking that the pressure's going to get him, I don't think that's the issue. I understand
No, I'm just
form
saying
and
play with
keeping
it. I'm just
it
saying.
going, but I don't think I don't think we're going to lose much with it. But if you think we're going to lose form on Leno's side, then yeah, I don't want him to come out.
My issue is just injury, innit? Just being safe.
But
That's it, really.
goalkeeper's
I mean,
goalkeeper's not running around, is he?
Yeah.
it's Leno.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Sam. I just like I
It's
said. I don't,
Leno, Sam. Same thing about running around. Leno runs around. Come on, bro. Leno runs around. Leno does.
Yeah, but he's not tired. A goalkeeper doesn't get tired.
I'm not saying he's tired. I'm not talking about tired. I'm just saying, listen, like, just better to
We
be
have
safe than
not started
sorry.
well.
Innit? It's not a big issue, but I'm just saying, innit? Like, I don't mind, innit? If Ryan came in, I wouldn't have minded. That's all.
No, Ryan's a good goalkeeper, but he's at the moment he's the number 2, and the number 2 is going to get the
Yeah.
cups next season.
To be honest, I think we had a lesser opponent in the last round. If we're going to lesser opponents this week, in this round, I think he would have played in them games as well. But because of the size of the opponent, it's a bit of a what's the name throwing.
That's
Isn't
if we would have got past Wolves. That's if we would have got past Wolves.
I'm
If
20,
we- you know
28
what I mean?
seconds here. I'm 28 seconds here. Where you guys at?
I'm at
1:38.
138.
145.
103, 104.
Bloody hell, I'm well behind again as normal then. Bloody hell.
Oh, am I ahead of everybody? No.
155, 156, 157. I don't know
Oh,
where
you
you
got
are.
4 seconds on me.
I'm always going to be with Souls, so me and Souls
Yeah,
are going to be there on the same time.
Well, you know what?
That's what
Right.
I'm saying.
RJ and Sauls, give me 5 seconds, all right? Give me 5 seconds, and then we can talk.
I'll try.
oh, lucky Saka.
Unlucky. Big well, Saka.
No, nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Hit off the back of his heel, right?
Yeah.
No,
Oh wait, it's offside.
Yeah.
He stopped the other guy. I think he's offside. He gave offside there, didn't he? No, he didn't go like that. He didn't go like that. No, he went.
I didn't know where he was.
Oh, almost got a foot to the head.
Mm.
Which one? So what is
That's
it?
what
A
I
high
thought
leg
was.
or a
That would have been nothing really.
Stephen, Andrew's back. One sec. Steve in the chat is saying as well, Ryan might be one of our insurance policy if Leonard decides he doesn't want to sign a new deal.
Who the hell's going to sign him though? Not like that, but come on.
You know what? If that's the case, then,
you
know, if that's where we're at with Leno, then what the? Is it me or is that a lot of?
Yeah, it's Andrew's end.
Someone's underwater.
Yeah, it's Andrew's
Get
end.
up! Get out of the water! Lift your head up! Come on! Get on your back and float! Get on your back and float!
Yeah, you can see it, but we're hearing a lot of noise, are
Do
we?
the backstroke.
Ryan, if you mute the different, you'll find out who it is. If you mute, find out who it is.
There you go.
It's gone now, right?
Yeah.
Who was it?
It was Andrew.
Is it me?
Yeah, it was. It's sorted now. It's fine now. It's fine.
Good. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Oh, come
Come
on,
on,
what's
Arsenal.
going on now?
Come on.
Keep stopping the game now.
Now what? What is it? Offsides again?
More like
No. Oh, come on. Is that it? A follow through. He won the ball.
I guess he got booked.
Not right now. No, he didn't get booked. But he's just a stupid foul.
Go. So Andrew, yeah, what's your score prediction, by the way? Never got to ask you.
3-0 Arsenal. 3-0 Arsenal.
That's three of us gone for the same score.
Oh really?
Yeah, me, Ryan, and yourself gone 3-0.
Oh wow. Great minds, eh? Or stupid minds, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll find out. We'll find out at full time.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying William's scoring today.
You know, I actually want to see Erdegaard score today.
It's like a Rolls Royce.
Yes.
Again, the difference is
Cut in.
we're celebrating actually. Wait for the offside rule. Wait for VAR.
William!
It can't be offside.
Got the assist, lad.
Come on.
You know what I liked about that? What I liked about that was Aubameyang actually said, "You know what? I don't care. I don't care. I'm putting this in. I'm putting this on goal."
Yeah.
Party made that, boys. Parties.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Gliding through.
Oh.
William done well. Nice running.
And you see him. You see that turn. You see the turn. Nice by William.
That's
Oh,
okay.
fuck.
Maybe you might be right there, Andrew. Right? Great football. Everyone played their part again. Everyone played their part, man.
Yeah, exactly. Poor goalkeeping, though, from Pope.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awful. How did he not get strong hands for that?
Prepared for that. But
You can't say he's You've been the Burnley team for years
It's
now.
good enough, but that's not
terrible
strong
defending.
enough to
Yeah,
handle.
not strong enough hand.
Nice.
is.
Well known for
What
this
is it? Every
Terrible.
bloody match we let in a goal in the first 5 minutes, eh?
Now we scored.
Can I tell you, we need another one. We got 4 minutes. We got 4
minutes.
minutes to get another one, because then we can then I'll get what I get.
Chambers. We've got to keep it away from our right.
Yeah.
But again, I was
It
going to say,
doesn't help if you've got the Pope in goal, does it?
That Pope smokes though.
My brother's
Old
got a
T-shirt
crucial
used to
family.
so yeah, as I was saying before the goal went in, literally, you noticed the difference. Like we said when Tierney got injured, and Tierney got injured back in January. He was out for a few games. You noticed the difference of what he gives to the team, the other options do. And it's like the same with Partey. You notice the difference straight away.
And you guys got a lot of money.
Yeah,
You know why I asked that question? Because we need to have the ability
Are you having a laugh?
to sync the game, so we can all watch the game at the same time. And they do it on Netflix and all these other things, right? They need to do it for sports.
Yeah, me and Andrew, me, Andrew, and Richard have discussed that before. That should be like a Netflix, like all these clubs come together and go to Sky. We don't need your money anymore. We're going to take your rights away and basically individually go our own way. And literally every club shows every home and away game on their website for a
And the
monthly price
underage
of like
age,
£5
yeah,
a month or something.
Under 23.
Ryan,
Yeah.
why do you think Kroenke bought the club in the first place?
Exactly. Yeah, he said the other day as well.
Yeah, that is where the cream is.
Mm-hmm.
They'd make 2 or 3 times more money than they do now.
Well,
Yeah,
you
of
know
course it would.
that's
Oh,
because
much
that's
more, Andrew.
that's
Much
the
more.
NFL. That's the NFL model. I mean, they make all their money from broadcasting. I mean, that's where the money comes from. So
I've
the
just-
TV
yeah.
dollars
Yeah,
is the reason why it doesn't really matter if you make the postseason or not. You get a big lump sum check from the TV broadcasting companies. You're like, voila, I'll take that.
Yeah, I've just
If I don't
noticed as well. Yeah, I've just noticed as well. Mari, he's got VA Mari on his back now for today. Instead of just having Mari, he says Mari in his number, obviously, but he's got VA Mari. So, am I missing something, or is it just he just decided to change it again?
All right, we got a minute to score a goal here. Come on.
That pass through from Partey was lovely, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
He made it look effortless as well. He didn't put any oomph into it. It's just like, okay, there you go. But Woody had as well. Woody played a part in that as well. Once he got the ball, he could have fucked. That's obviously seen him fuck up.
Got the assist.
But you know what? He got the pass.
Got the assist.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Made the pass, the right pass, and Aubameyang did all the rest of the work, and with the help of Burnley's own
That's the
Fabianski.
Aubameyang we miss.
Hard tone.
Are we going to start respecting my guy again?
What do you mean?
He's there
Come
every
on,
game,
Pauls.
Your guy's a different guy every day.
I know exactly.
I'm always back with Aubameyang.
Oh, no.
You know, when he struggles, and he was struggling for a while.
Also, Gary, we forgot to ask you again before kickoff. What's your my five?
Oh, my five today is Willian, Odegaard, Partey, Chambers, and Luiz.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
yeah. Good. I want to see if, I think Chambers is a surprise in the lineup, and Luiz, can he help him out? Because who knows how Chambers is going to do today.
Yeah.
So, Odegaard, of course, I want to see him score today. So I want to see him more in the on the attacking side. He definitely makes the passes, but I want to see him actually put a threat on goal. What was that, Melvin? Is he laughing?
On Partey, he shows someone the ball is going to go one man, just turns his body, and the guy's completely off balance.
Yeah.
Just one little movement, he just loses the guy completely. Nice.
That's how he gets out of danger that way all the time. You see it with a guy all over him, and next thing you know, the guy's nowhere to be seen. You're like, huh?
You guys know that GIF where the little toddler runs into the room, gets scared, and runs back out again. That's what happens when the opposition realises there's Partey that's got the ball. And they just like,
Odegaard, shoot it.
Lucky.
I know he's from 35 yards out, but who cares?
Scary Partey. Well done.
But they've asked us in the chat saying what player would have turned out to be as well.
General, like an army general, like he's just telling everyone what to do.
Yeah, it's only took him half a season to get there, though.
Yeah, but that's man. Imagine if he wasn't injured for all those times.
Oh mate.
Imagine how much points we could have saved. Shit, it's a joke, man. It is what it is, I suppose. Just gotta get on with it.
I don't like to go through all this. I don't like going through all this pain, though. Why do we have to go through all this pain? Why can't it just be nice for us for once?
Nothing good comes without some pain,
Yeah, we had, but you know what? A lot of people will say we've had pain for 15 years.
Yeah, but now look at it, man. We can start reaping the rewards of it.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's been almost.
All I'm gonna say, my man,
he's got caught out there, man.
Messes up.
He got caught out there, man.
Go on, Chambers.
Yeah, I know.
Brilliant.
He left Chambers for dead there, man. I'm not happy with that.
Yeah, he did. You can't. It's either got to be.
I just come back.
Right, it's not been since December, Guys, oh man, what are you doing?
You stop here. Come on, you actually start playing.
I forgot as well. Oh,
yeah. Are we trying to get him on the counter? That's what it feels like.
Melvin, brace yourself. It's a bit late, Melvin, but brace yourself.
Yeah, I'll put my finger on
Yeah.
Hey!
First Premier League appearance since December 2019. Jesus Christ. Not Melvin, I'm talking about Callum Chambers.
Yeah, Callum Chambers. So yeah, that's just,
Get to see that every week. Bloody hell, not Callum Chambers.
The Chambers looks slow though. Not gonna lie.
no, it's saying that. Also, yeah, but he may not be the fastest playing in the world. But you know what? When he came back, as I said, he came along when I was talking
Leno,
about
make
Sam.
your mind up, man. Come on, hurry up.
When he came back from Fulham last season, and then when he was here, he had a point. He played like he had a point to prove, and you know what he did.
He was brilliant. He played for a while.
He showed versatility as well. He played right back, centre back, left back. But you know
never
what?
played him in the middle. Go on, Saka.
I can't remember. I can't remember that time in that little spell he had before he got injured. The way he was having a nightmare, and you think.
No, he was brilliant. I really liked him.
Yeah,
But if you
I
had,
liked him as well.
Premier League players' money, Premier League players' money, why would you put up with your ears like James Tarkowski? What would you get him done?
Oh no.
Oh man.
Talking of Premier League wages and all that. Rumours are going around that the agent of Balogun wants Balogun to get given the same amount of money Saka's been given, which is 40k a week.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'd pay it, to be honest. I'd pay 40 grand a week for it.
Well, you can get rid of Nketiah, who, funny enough, is his other client, and just give him Nketiah, mate. Why not?
It does look like Eddie's out.
40 grand a week is nothing.
Yeah, it does look like Eddie's out the door as well, because suddenly he went from being at least on the bench of not starting to not in the squad at all. He's not injured, as far as I'm aware.
You know, well, I think I saw something that said he's finally back playing with the U23s, right?
Unlucky, big man. Unlucky, my brother.
That was actually a good ball from Jack.
But you know what? Also, it's also about timing. Saka was not in a situation where it seemed like he had any control in the situation. They just wanted to sign him before it got to that time. But you know what? Arsenal created this mess, and the only way to fix it is to give the player something, because he's in control of the situation more than Arsenal wants to believe they are.
Unlucky people.
So it's 40. Is 40 too much? I don't think it's too much. Is it?
I don't think it's too much.
I think the reason why people are saying
it's too much.
It's too much is because
it's on the wrong level then. If it's on
no, but like you got to understand.
But also with Saka was what was on £3 grand initially before he got his new contract. He went up to 40.
Exactly.
But it's like they're doing for once. Arsenal actually in that instance are doing the right thing and not just going. We want a few grand, but now because you're a big team player, we're going to give you over 100k a week or something ridiculous like that. We're actually warn them a little bit, and then if they do well, again, and build it up gradually, not just going straight in the hole. There you go, and it goes. As we've seen, it's hard to get the players out the door. Then if it goes to crap.
Exactly, the smart thing to do would be to say, yeah, okay, that's no problem. Put him on 40 grand a week, Balogun, and then give Saka a new contract up to 100 and say, fuck you, Balogun. But
it's not even that.
No.
It has nothing to do with Saka. I don't think Saka is the kind of player. At least I don't think he is right now, where they would have to do that right away because he knows he's a starter. But I feel like Balogun's in control, so he should be able to command a little bit more than he would have on a regular situation, right? This still should have been done. This still should have been done 2 years ago, not right now.
This is what the social media has done. Balogun has played 17 minutes of first-team football, and you're telling me that he deserves 40 grand a week?
No, I didn't say that at all. No, not that he deserves it. He's just in control of the situation. So you know what? He can command whatever he wants, whether he deserves it or not. He's in control. Arsenal gave him the keys and said, "You know what? You control the negotiation."
But this is what I'm trying to say is that if you want to get the club control again and players to stop demanding what they want and for us to give, this is where we need to start putting our foot down. Now,
also, it isn't Balogun actually. It's not Balogun himself. It's the actual agent. Doing all the
we need to change fucking agent. Sorry.
I would get that as well, but it's not. It's also talent based, right? We've got a player with a lot of talent. We think, right? And if it works out, if it pans out, the 40 grand a week is nothing, right? If it works out, if it doesn't, you just let him go anyways. And you don't.
Exactly, but
I don't think it's a way. You hold on to them for a year, it doesn't work out. You sell them, right? And you don't lose much. But you can't lose talent. The talent is the thing. The talent is the key.
Yeah,
so
if you give him 40 grand a week now, right? If you've got an asset. You might be a 2-3 year contract. You can actually sell him. You let him go now. You get nothing.
Come on.
Well, he's played more than 17 minutes as well because he played 40 minutes. He got 2 goals. He got
this
2
season,
goals.
2 goals and 2 assists.
Yeah, we got to remember one was instant since he come on the pitch.
Yeah.
So within like a minute.
Yeah, but also got to remember as well whenever Mikel's been asked about Balogun in the press conferences, he's always said it's the club are happy to collect. The club want him. The player wants to stay.
Unlucky.
The player wants to. Yeah, so the player wants to stay.
Oh,
it's all down to the agent. Arteta's been consistent with that. It's the agent that's holding things up.
Partey is different, man.
Yeah,
that guy is different.
Yeah, if Balogun looks at, I always say if Balogun looks at what Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe are doing, it would be an easy like agent. Just get me the contract. I want to play here, right? If that's what he's looking at, because that's kind of the model that you want to go after. He leaves and goes somewhere else. It doesn't matter what they tell him. He won't know until he gets there and experiences it. But he knows what he's going to get with Arsenal now, based on what he's seen, right? And if Martinelli it's just part of the approach that you have to go through with the way he's going, and everybody understands that, then you know what you're up. You know what you need to do if you want to play. I think it's just a case of, you know what, if he's letting his agent control his career, then he could be in trouble.
Well, I don't know if anyone's seen the Sunderland documentary on Netflix, like last season 2's run of it. They had a similar situation with their striker, come through the academy and all that, and the agent run the show, and he ended up at Bordeaux, and now he's at Fulham, because at Bordeaux he saw them obviously thought big. He saw the bigger picture in the sense of some Bordeaux on the top of your where Sunderland on third tier, this, that, and the other. And as far as he was concerned, because he told the owners at the time, from what I've been told, my agent's told me you don't want to keep me, so the agent plays the games as well. And then
they always play the game though.
Then he's flopped at Bordeaux and now he's on loan for them.
Yeah. Do you know what it is, right? The agent's always looking after themselves first. That's what it is. That's the problem. And you know, when you look at it last season, go on.
I'll say this all goes back to when Roman Abramovich came along, and then 4 years later, the guys at Man City, the consortium there. But so it all starts with Roman Abramovich, because he came in and what did he do? He went he went and got out the best player, but he just threw money, big massive wages to get him through the door.
Yeah, that's it. And a lot of players.
And everyone else has been playing catch up. And then Man City took it, and then Man City came along and took it to another level 4 years later.
Yeah. Had to pay Rodinho. How much did they pay Rodinho to get him to come?
I think it was 49, 50 mil, something like that. I'll double check in a minute. Have a look in a second. Half time, have a look.
That stuff. Even when you look at last season, Saka, his agent. Same thing that Arteta has been saying about Balogun, like his agent. And you know, if you look at Balogun, he's deleted off his pictures off Instagram. I remember everyone going crazy last week about that. I was just well, I don't know what that's about.
That's probably his management company that's done that as well.
You think so? It might have been actually. You got a point.
Yeah, it might not even be him. It might be actually his agent or someone at work. It's been the agent's organised some of the controls.
Ratcheting up the pressure. It's his management company that do things like that. Just like, let's take all that pictures off.
Nice.
That'll cause an outcry. So.
Well done, Chambers. Well done. Great football. Oh, that was great football.
Fucking what a 20 minutes we've had.
Oh. That was so unlucky.
Scored early, not conceded.
Who missed it?
Yeah. That was Chambers. That helped.
That's so lucky.
Just think we're not clinical.
I should have scored. Unlucky.
Maybe he needs to take another.
As I've said, I don't. Once he gets his shooting boots on, he's going to curl that. He's going to curl that in. That thing, I don't think he had control on it.
But the thing is, the players wonder why then the
Right,
club are
yeah,
coming out saying we're after 6 or 7 players in summer to replace them, first team players. They wonder why they're not clinical enough. But
That's so unlucky.
because that's been our downfall really this season, because we've got the third best defence in the league, even though our league position is different. But the third best is our attack. A lack of creativity most of this season, and our attack has let us down, not taking our chances as we say.
You're right. We've missed 2 good
Yeah,
chances
only
here in
got
the last 5 minutes. Very good chances.
We need to get that second.
Could have
quick.
had another couple, or should have had.
Not enough has been
Yeah,
said about that Partey pass, but for that Aubameyang chance a minute ago.
Yeah,
My God,
Partey's
what a
an
ball
Yeah,
that
he's
Partey's
different
another
gravy,
level.
man. He's such a different.
different gravy, that kid.
I said it's
Honestly,
It is different gravy.
So you know what? The what if for Partey is, what if Arteta didn't play him in that North London derby and he got to rest, and then we got a full run out of him, because that's the big F, because he doesn't play that game. Maybe he sits out another 2 or 3 weeks based on what we're seeing now. If we had him,
as well.
yeah.
I don't know. We'll find. Obviously, we'll find out at some point.
That's what I'm saying. I heard it was Partey's decision. He enforced it more than ever. Arteta was the one on the line, like thinking, the Partey actually begged him to play.
Well,
That was kind of silly, man.
Yeah,
he begged him to play, and then Arteta had to push him back onto the field. The two don't match to me.
Yeah.
That doesn't match there.
It don't match to me either.
No.
That's what I was told.
If that is the case, then that's again Mikel's fault, because he should have been big enough and bold enough, so we say, as a manager to say, sorry, I'll put your safety first. I can't risk
but
you
look at
getting
what
another
happened
injury.
at Louise and look what happened at Louise and at Wolves when we had him at our place. Same thing. He should have took Louise off at the same time Jimenez came on, but he didn't do that. Ultimately, he cost us the game by that. Do you know what I'm saying? So, that's just Arteta being naive. Again,
well, of course, obviously,
Arteta, he's just naive to a lot of shit.
Yeah, but he's going to. Obviously, this season is a learning curve for him. He will hopefully, touch wood, come next season, would have learned from it from day one.
Yeah, but it's just, I don't know. I get what you're saying, right? But you know what? There's so many things like should have learned from that game.
Absolutely.
You can't make the same mistake twice and be like, okay, let's sweep it under the rug. Maybe it just wasn't.
The guy as well. My days.
Tierney, come on.
Yeah.
They're trying to leave it on him,
Yeah.
Sorry, Gary.
I was just gonna say, Saka in this game, Xhaka in this game, whenever he gets the ball, he always has space, and that's the difference in the game. And is that Partey? I think it is, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I mean, because it's nothing. Nobody else. The only difference in this, he doesn't get that much space in other games. He gets players running at him in other games, and he can't control. He doesn't know how to protect the ball in that case, and coughs it up every time. So.
Unless he gets the foul. That's what Xhaka does. If you can't protect the ball, he does the foul. Oh, Partey, that was silly, man. That was silly.
You could imagine Partey having the same sort of voice as Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction, but it's a bit surprising when you do it. It's a bit surprising when you do it, but it'd be great if he did have that kind of voice, wouldn't it? That makes it more scary.
What, was they a motherfucker all the time?
Yeah, exactly. No one would go near him on the pitch.
Royale with cheese.
Oh dear. No,
walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Oh dear. Who's also?
But the one thing with Partey, he hides his deficiencies. That's one thing I've noticed. He hides Zaka's deficiencies. And Xhaka played better with him. Funny enough. What was you gonna say, Ryan? Sorry.
No, I was saying in terms of Samuel L. Jackson, he's the only actress that can go on a Marvel film and basically pretty much say his line, but it gets blurred, obviously not blurred out, but as he gets dusted away, you know what he said.
Yeah.
You can put it on mute, you know what he's saying already.
Yeah.
It's so true.
It's a bit worrying there, though. Partey was bent over with feeling his leg.
I'm seeing things today. This injection's playing my head today. Everyone I said I thought I saw the word Rio Mari on his shirt, but now I looked at it again. It says Pablo Mari. Yeah.
If your mind's playing tricks on you, Ryan, if your mind's playing tricks on you, you owe me £1,000. Send it now.
How much is that? How much dollars is that, Gary?
How much what?
How much is that in dollars?
What's the
By about what about $1,100, $1,200?
You know.
That's a... Wait. My pocket.
Ryan, you owe Gary money. Pay him now.
Oh, William, you could have got your goal for me, man.
You're a strong, confident woman.
Oh my God! If you're old enough to know that, if you're old enough to know, you know.
See, I went after your money, and Andrew went after your mind, just to screw it up even more.
Right,
Yeah, just
More funny.
Well done, Over, run in.
Nice.
Saka needs your help. Oh,
Get up there, Aubameyang. Get up there. Get up there.
that was beautiful.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Odegaard as well, man. He's brilliant. He's different.
Oh,
Yeah, he is.
you know what? Do we practice those shots because they always look the same?
Do you know what? This time it was actually a little bit lower, Gary, to be fair. It's lower than normal.
I should have kept it down.
You got to kick down on the ball, don't you, when it's coming at you from there? They always seem
He's
to
not over the. He's not over the ball. That's the problem.
He's bouncing high though.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
No, he kicked it with the inside of his
That's why
foot.
it
It's just
hits
always
so
going to
hard.
fly out like that.
Oh, what a ball from Saka there! Yeah.
Yeah, but if he leant over it and actually laced it, then we
Odegaard
got a
did really
good
well,
chance
no?
of hitting the target.
He should have laced it. Yeah,
He did good there at that touch.
Yeah.
Nice.
Even if
Ball
he got
over
by
him.
accident.
I can't wait for him to score.
Go on, Taylor.
Partey.
Arsenal, if you're watching, please sign Odegaard on a permanent deal in summer. Please, do everything you can.
Yeah.
Bend over backwards.
I'd want Odegaard over
If that's the case, just get a loan with an option on it this time. I don't mind. Just
Is,
Yeah,
is-
Real-
Yeah.
Real
is there,
probably won't
is there
want to-
how much is Erdegaard going to cost? Isn't it like 40?
About that,
Is it worth
45
the
something.
extra 10 for somebody seasoned like
I reckon we'll get
OR?
better.
That ball he
That's
threads
good.
through there.
right.
That ball he threads through there. That is pretty good from Odegaard.
Really
Yeah.
good, yeah.
It was one of those.
And the thing is, even if we do sign, but from what we're seeing, it isn't going to stunt Smith Rowe's development either because they've been playing together. They've been swapping in and out as well. So it's not like it's going
They
to
could
stunt.
help each other,
both.
man.
Yeah, exactly. And if
You can't have too many really good players. Let's face it.
Oh, I know that, but that's what I'm saying. But as while Smith Rowe's developing, he can still learn from Odegaard as well.
Yes, Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
Bit like
and he's very young.
Oh, nice little boys.
I think Wenger had a similar idea with Ramsey when Fabregas was there. Before Fabregas left, he pretty much admitted defeat that he was going to go at some point back to Barcelona. So his idea was with Ramsey to learn under Fabregas and develop. But obviously, Cesc decided to go a year early.
Yeah, but the problem was when we bring in Ozil, it kind of hindered Ramsey as well because Wilshere started to get fit again. And then obviously Ramsey ultimately got dashed back in a holding mid with Xhaka, which made no fucking sense. That's what pissed me off a lot about it.
And what also stunted his career as well was that fucking leg break from Soulcross.
That pissed me off, man. I'll never forget that. I
And
was thinking, Eduardo vibes all over again.
Yeah, and what pisses me off even more on this Ramsey situation with Shawcross, that the Stoke fans turned on Ramsey for being injured.
Yeah.
They've got their own charm. It's disgusting.
Morons.
Fucking disgusting.
Neanderthal.
Yeah, where are they now?
Draggers.
Where are they now?
In the Championship.
so
But again,
right.
I'm going to say this because obviously Kevin Campbell has been on the show before, he's a friend of ours and all that.
Yeah, but
I know his son plays for
Yes, Xhaka. Well done. Sorry.
I know his son plays for Stoke, but I don't want him to come back up because of that. Because that's disgusting. At least Birmingham had to,
It's not his fault.
I know, but no, it isn't. But at least Birmingham City, when the whole Taylor versus Eduardo thing happened, they had the class and decency to come out and apologise and obviously he went to the hospital as well to visit Eduardo at the local hospital, make sure he was okay, this, that, and the other. Shawcross is all about himself. The Stoke fans are.
you look at the
I'm not
manager
sure
was
Costa
Brian
actually did
Stoke at the time, eh?
Oh, I know. Yeah,
That tells you
was it
something.
Pulis? Yeah.
Yeah,
Pulis?
that tells you something. Yeah, Pulis.
Was it Pulis? Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
because
was.
I thought it was Hughes for some reason. What? Oh, that
I
was
think he
later,
came to-
wasn't it?
I think it was 2 years later. Yeah.
Yeah, but is that 2 years later? Right.
I think it was either it's 2 seasons later or a season later, one of the two.
It's not shocking.
Every time I think of
Mark Hughes
Pulis, I think of West Brom. I didn't even think about it. I just think of West Brom.
Yeah, because
That's
it
the
might
first thing
be.
that comes to my mind.
It might have been that some of that Pulis went to West Brom then because.
Right.
Was it that, or was it when Roy Hodgson got the England job, whenever that was?
What was that? Jeez.
I tried to put that out of my mind.
Oh no, sorry.
Yeah.
That goes into,
The owl.
that goes into the Unai Emery box and put under the bed.
Oh, fuck's
Yeah,
sake.
Steve in the chat as well. The Arsenal misfit saying, "I heard that Zidane was pissed that they owned Odegaard to us. He wanted him to stay." But
Was
yeah,
he even playing
says-
for them? Was
no,
it?
he wasn't.
He wanted him
He wasn't
out.
even playing. So what was
I
the
had
point of like?
opposite.
Hmm.
Yeah.
No, he's Toni Kroos and Modric are still ahead of him. Still, like,
That
and,
Mario.
Modric is-
and the player said himself, "I'm at this point in my career. I want to be playing first team on a regular basis." I think he's already made it clear that he wants to stay at Arsenal. So it's still.
Have you heard the comments today that came out from Odegaard?
Well,
All
go
so
on.
positive. Oh, it's on the Arsenal
just him.
page. He's basically just saying how much he's thoroughly enjoying it all. Loves the football, loves Arteta, loves his teammates. And we're heading in
He's
the right
going
direction. So, all really good stuff.
Also, the reason he picked the number 11 squad number when he joined us on loan was because he believed that was a number that he could keep hold of, and he wants to come next season. So he's saying the right things at the
Yeah,
moment.
we
So
shipped Ochero.
he's already said that if Zidane's still there come the summer, he doesn't want to go back.
He's looking like
I don't think they can afford to sack.
Please.
I don't think they can afford to sack him Zidane anymore.
No, I can't. Literally, them and Barcelona are in so much
Can they
debt.
not?
They're in so much debt. They put them in further debt.
Yeah, I thought Barca was in more debt. I thought Barca was in more debt than Real.
They
Real
are.
got the fucking
They are.
president.
Yeah,
They got their president.
billion
They them
pound
up, bro.
debt.
They can't dig them up.
They go to the
Still got no
banks.
money.
Yeah, shit.
Over the last,
13th of March is the election, so they should
Yeah.
be getting a president in
But
by
all-
then.
but also at the same time, they're in so
That's
much.
Barca, though, right?
They're in so much debt.
Yeah, Barca,
Barca.
yeah.
They're in so much debt though because no matter what, who becomes president, because the amount of loans they've taken out over the years to get the Fabregases over the line, the Dani Alveses and all that, to build that all concrete Barca sort of we've witnessed.
1.1
They
billion.
Barca.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't pay. Yeah, they didn't pay.
But
Wasn't
the
that their own pocket?
Camp
No.
Nou's
Nothing to
getting
do
a
with
naming
COVID.
rights agreement being put in place as soon as a new president comes in. So there is a lot they're going to try and do to try and keep the players in and get that debt down.
But it's an Asian squad as well. Though. Barca, it's an Asian squad. They need to start refreshing. They're declining every year.
They needed that 2 seasons ago, right, man?
Oh yeah,
even
that's
from
what I'm saying.
you can
That's what I'm
see
saying. Every year now, the last few
That
years,
was like
they're declining.
a ball
declining.
from Shaka.
Yeah.
That was really nice. Well, you see what happens when you get space, right? He had enough time and space to put that path.
It takes too long though. He's got almost too much, isn't he? But that's a brilliant pass.
Could you
That's
see
the
if
problem with Xhaka,
Damian
like,
was making that run soon? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to him.
That's the problem with Xhaka, man. He's too
Again,
slow.
touch
but-
Odegaard.
Far away, Chambers. Far away.
Don't
He'd
get
have released
drawn
that
in.
ball a tiny bit
lucky.
earlier. He might not.
Yeah.
He might not have got there.
Saka, go forward, man. You're fine.
All right. Here's our 10 minutes. Let's get another goal. Close this thing out.
Please,
It's not
please.
Well, hold on. Hold on, Mary.
Have they had it? They actually haven't had a
Well,
shot yet,
well,
have they,
no.
Burnley?
Saka's there.
No.
Saka's there.
I think they had on this thing. It says they've had 2 shots.
Oh, we should have.
Pass it to him.
You did
Pass
not
it
do
to
well.
him. Why do you wait so long? Oh, come on. Is that, he
That's
waited
one
so
out,
long.
no? That went
That's
out.
out, man.
That went out.
VAR. Use it for everything else.
There again, another good chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that went out. That looked well out.
You know, I want to ask you guys this because obviously not Arsenal. It's not Arsenal related because it didn't happen to us. But midweek, Fulham played Tottenham, got a goal, but it was taken off a handball, and the ball was pelted at the player by Sanchez.
was-
And
yeah,
now, the next day, FA said we're going to change the rule now.
Well, you know what they
You know what?
I think they changed the rule now for next season or something like that, because I didn't. I mean, the rule says that if it creates a scoring opportunity, then it's a handball. But you know how many touches there were before that ball was scored? I mean, it wasn't like it knocked off of him and then rolled in for an opportunity. No, it basically you had to make a move to turn around and make the spin move to put that ball in. So for me, it was that handball rule is dead at that point for me. But
do you know what it is, Ryan? How many times are these idiots, Ryan? I'm going to call them the out and out idiots now, because how many times do they need to change the rules? Can they not? You know what? You can change it once. You can change.
Oh my God! Xhaka, you fucking clown! You fucking clown! Oh my God! Just when you was having a good game, you do this.
Let me guess. Let me guess. 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1. Guess who's
their first shot on target. First shot overall.
Was it a shot on target? You just tapped it in.
Oh my God!
Fucking
that Xhaka boy.
I had a feeling
liability.
This is why Kevin Campbell come out and said you need to sell him. This is the reason.
What was he doing?
Why did he do
that?
My
God!
I mean, he has eyes.
The first time you need him to be a negative pass, right? The guy goes and does something
positive.
Fucking, oh my God!
If he just kicks it back to the goalkeeper, he boots it out of there.
Take him off.
When you want him to pass it back, he's not done it.
People still like
I don't blame Chris for doing that celebration.
No, I'm sorry.
He doesn't care either. He doesn't care.
I'm sorry. Look where Xhaka is. He's fucking Chris Wood is ahead of him. He can see in his eye line he's there. What the fuck was he thinking? What, if you're going to do that way, go the other way.
That's a Socrates error, that is. That's what Socrates is.
But Sam, remember, Xhaka's one of the best players this season.
Look at it. Look at what
I was just on my way to get a drink, and I heard what happened. I was like, okay, let's have a look. And fucking hell.
Yeah, but remember,
everyone's waxing lyrical. He's had 2 good games. Everyone's waxing lyrical. Oh, Xhaka.
Yeah. And then he goes back. But this is Xhaka, though. He does this all the time.
I know he does. How many times is this now this season?
It's just stupid.
How many times is this season?
How many years?
4
How many
seasons,
years, Sam?
I know, but also this season, I know he's doing it for years, but how many times do we have to see it? But he's had 3-4 games, and everyone's waxing lyrical about him.
Yeah. What do you think he's got to say about that?
This changes everything today. This could change everything now.
That kind of comments every day.
Hopefully not.
Fucking idiot.
But you know what? We say that, right? We say that. But you know what? Those missed chances have come back to bite us again.
But you know what? No, you can't. I mean, how comes they get one chance and it goes in? We get 5 and only 1 goes in. It can't be that every time. Come on.
We never get
one time and it all goes their way.
The thing is,
we haven't been clinical enough. This has been our problem.
Yeah.
This has been the problem.
The goal wasn't even a shot. It ricocheted off his stomach, for fuck's sake.
That's more embarrassing.
And then it's been left exposed because of it. Then I was exposed.
You know what? That wasn't even. That was a pass. There was no way he's putting. That was a really weak pass. I mean, where is he going with? Do you see that?
99% or 90-10 or 95-5.
It was his right foot. It was his right foot. And you know what? What really annoys me? How often is he heard? Oh, Pepe, he's only got 1 foot. He's only got 1 foot.
Yeah.
Well, what about Xhaka? What about all the other players? What about him? As soon as he uses his right foot, that happens.
You can't cover that.
Here's the keeper.
Look at this.
This could change the whole game. This.
Literally, he's in his eye line.
No, you know, I still think we've got this, man. I'm going to stay positive on this one. I think we've got it.
It's
the team more than it's anything. Souls, your confidence, I get it. The team though is a little gunshot right now.
I mean, I said 3-1. I always knew we were going to concede, so I'm not.
Not like that, you didn't.
Also, what I'm saying,
well, let's be real.
Like
we've got these stupid mistakes. We're not going to cut them out because we've still got the same players. I don't know why people are so shocked that happened.
I just knew you were softball.
No, not that.
Why I'm personally annoyed is because it's in his
Our
own.
players are that dumb. Just get real. They're stupid. They're a bunch of stupid players. You're gonna see that happen. It's not. It's so
but in
obvious.
the box, in the 6-yard box, though.
Yes, they're that stupid. They are that stupid, man.
Hold on. I never said they're not stupid. Time out. I never said they're not stupid.
I'm
just saying.
I'm saying
I used to see shit like that in the midfield.
Let him say what,
I didn't say. I don't agree with you, bro.
Let him say what he's got to say.
I didn't say they're not stupid. Thank you. I'm saying that they're not. I'm not saying that they aren't stupid. I agree with you. I'm just saying in a 6-yard box like that. I usually see that shit in the midfield. That's all I'm saying.
That's what Socrates did against Watford. Do you remember?
Yeah, the 2-2 draw.
Basically the same.
This was worse, Andrew. This was far worse.
It was, yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, it was
I agree.
worse.
I swear, if he's in the team on Thursday now, I'll be pissed.
You know he's going to be in the team.
Of course he will be.
I can't watch him another season.
Oh, yeah, he does, doesn't he?
The man told the fans to fuck off and he's still in. Come on, man.
Since Partey went out injured at the start of the season, he never gets dropped now. He's in T100 or whatever.
I really desperately want to see Partey and Tobias.
He's keeping him in.
I know nothing about football.
I want to see that as well.
Yeah, exactly.
What have I got wrong?
Look, Burnley got a little bit of confidence.
Exactly, Steve, exactly.
Bodies when they go. We've just got when we get it like here, we've got to be strong, we've got to do it quick. There we go. Exactly.
Come on, William.
Oh shit, William through. Oh shit. Go on. Oh, you got there. That's good enough. Not good enough.
Oh, dear.
There's an early guy was there, man. Should have pulled it back a lot quicker.
I cannot believe that.
That just really deflated us, man.
It's your fault, Gary. You jinxed it.
Well, you know what? I was going to say 5 minutes. So then I said, you know what? I'm going to switch it up and say, let's close out the next 10 minutes. And guess what? We did what we've always done. And, sorry if I jinxed it. But as Sol said, we should be up 2-3 by now anyways, right? So.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm going to say turn the positive, right? Pablo Mari. He impresses me more and more each time because his strength and the way he doesn't get bullied is really good.
And he can read
Oh, fuck's sake,
Chris Wood. He don't take any mess. Don't take any message at all.
No.
He's really strong.
Where you got Vardy last week, Andrew?
Yeah, let's say, yeah.
Oh, amazing. I loved it. It was the best part of the match for me.
Cheddar's in the chat saying Aston Villa's under 18 score equaliser against us. Yeah, as an FA Cup. And plus the player that scored, he's actually really high rated. I think did they sign him from? Did they sign him for? Of course, a kickoff. Oh, yeah, as a West. Yeah, the kid was at West Brom. He went to Barcelona for a year, and then literally 12 months later, he's come to Villa.
He scored against Liverpool.
In the cup. Yeah.
Carabao Cup. I don't think he's all that, to be honest. I think he's overrated.
No, but that's but I'm saying at least it's someone that's somewhat known in the public eye because of what's happened in the last 18 months, his moves and all that. I mean, he went to Barcelona. He was never going to get a chance at Barcelona. I'm sorry.
He was there for 6 months.
Yeah. And
missed chances on Jacko.
Typical Arsenal.
So basically, you got traded. You went there for trading.
Yeah.
Typical Arsenal. This is today, boys. With so much on top, different class. It's open goals. It's great chances, and England diabolic. You wouldn't give that away. You would not do that on Hackney Marshes. I'm sorry. You wouldn't see a Hackney Marshes player do that. I'm sorry. That is this. No. And yet, it's not surprising, like you say.
I'm sorry because due to
suspects.
Because he's cost us a goal there by doing that stupidness again. Okay, half time, hook him off. Why should he be rewarded for more game time if he's going to keep making these stupid mistakes? That keeps costing us. How many times has it cost us this season alone?
He needs to be more
ruthless. I'm going to go away for 15 minutes. I'll just get annoyed. I'll see you later.
See you in a minute.
I'm going to make this quick point before I disappear as well. If he was able to take Ceballos off for the shit that Ceballos did in the Europa League match, then Xhaka should get the same treatment. If he doesn't, It shows you what it is. Facts.
That's a great point.
We know what it is. We don't know what it is, Ryan. So you know he's playing another 45.
That's why I'm saying it, man. That's what I'm saying. And exactly. I know I'm going to see Xhaka when we come back. Watch. Guarantee.
The amount of crap that Ceballos has put up with for that header.
Yeah.
Has he ever done that before?
Yeah.
No.
Has he ever done anything like before?
No,
he hasn't. No. But he does this every 3 or 4 games. Every 3 or 4 games, he always do something like that. Cost you the game.
You know what? You can't even compare those two. The header was under duress. This was not under duress. He had a goalkeeper in front of him with a lot of space. It wasn't even. He went for the wrong pass, and 2, it was a terrible pass, and everything.
He didn't even just turn around.
But he didn't have to because he got. I know.
Around.
But at the same time, as I'm saying, Ward is literally in front of him, to the side of him. He's in his eye line. Unless he's blind or something, that eye, he should be seeing that.
He's blind. Go get fucking glasses. Go get glasses at Edgar Davis then. I don't care. It's not the point. You cannot be doing that. That is basic. I keep saying this every fucking week. It is basic defending. Jesus. But it's Xhaka, and we're gonna get this.
And as we keep saying, it's the same fucking players every fucking time. It's not even the kids making the mistakes. The kids are flawless.
The kids are experienced, man.
He doesn't look like he cares when he's done something like that. He doesn't act like he cares on the pitch. He just goes say sorry to anyone or his teammates or anything like that for what he's just done.
No, it doesn't.
He don't apologise. He can't apologise. He's too fucking proud.
As we touched on in the podcast we did on the other night, Andrew. Literally, if a mistake like that happened, we had years gone by. We had the McClintocks, the Adamses, the Pat Rices of this world that are captured. Even Vieira wouldn't wait till after under bollock. He'd bollock you there and then. What the fuck are you doing?
I know.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about Arsenal at all.
No, of course not.
I've said this several times in the past on previous podcasts. He doesn't care about shirt. Doesn't care about the club.
No. Should have sold him for 40. I'm sorry, even though we would have been weakened back in January last year, should have sold him to Hertha Berlin. 40 mil profit.
You know what? I swear, the fact that he was virtually on the plane, that really pisses me off.
Even the agent said he was.
That was the first red flag for me with Arteta. I'm sorry. Sorry, I did interrupt there. It was the first red flag. I said, "What are you doing? This was the best chance."
Yeah.
And then hopefully, and then look, Bellerin. If the same thing happens to Bellerin, then listen, mate. Oh my God, the comedy club is still intact.
That happened last summer. That's already been done for Bellerin.
Also,
it was going to go last summer too. You're right. And Lacazette, but Lacazette can be justified compared to them two. He's not as bad as those two. Them two need to go out.
Yeah, at least with Lacazette,
he needs to go. It's not as bad.
Yeah, even if he's like 50-50, you get better performance out of him than you do this lot. The Benjamins, the Jackers, and all that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He contributes. He tries.
Oh, they don't even give us 5%. They don't give us 5%.
I'll tell you what. We had an offer for Lacazette though for 25 million, and we apparently wanted 27, so we turned it down.
Oh,
and I still think that's stupid. Absolutely stupid.
It is.
Because if we'd have sold him, we would have gone and got on Edward.
Yeah, because we've been again. That's been one of the players that we've been linked with. Out of these 6 players we're looking at, him and Lamptey have been the ones that have been named.
We've been looking at him for about 2 or 3 years
now as well. No, let's go looking at him too. That's going to be fun. And what they can almost promise him Champions League football. What can we promise him?
Yeah.
They should have gone for. I think Eddie and Kessie would have got on well at Leicester and Brighton. I think one of those two teams. I think he would have flourished.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said earlier. Most up till literally a month ago, he was pretty much every lineup, either on the bench or starting. Now suddenly he's out. He's not even injured, and he's out of the squad.
I'll tell you here and now. All Brighton are missing is a goal poacher like Eddie and Nketiah. If they had him, they would be like pushing for Europa League. because they're playing really well. They can't score a goal. They literally got no one to score. They missed. If they'd have got in, they would be a lot higher than us. I'm telling you.
He needs like passes into him. Obviously, there's a few things in his game he needs to work on. However, you're right. I think at Leicester he's definitely flourished because he's got that box in a box basic. You know what I'm saying? He just needs passes.
Yeah.
Right. I see him do well at Wolves as well. Wolves, Leicester. Yeah. Those type of teams that play in quick transition have a lot of passes, a bit like Man City, but just like the budget version. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's how I look at it. I'll be back in a sec, guys.
No worries. Yeah, Ray in the chat saying, "What was that? A goal we conceded just before half time? We've never done that before." Yeah.
we find new ways we find new ways to gift. If you want to come to Arsenal, we've got a new way to give a present. I mean, we are Santa, right? We find new ways every time. Exactly. This is a little bit better than I think it was Czech that did something like this, trying to clear the ball out and kicked it
Man
right
City,
in it. Right?
He kicked it in the goal. Yeah, Man City Emmy's first game as well. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I'm thinking out loud, really. I'm just so pissed off with what just happened. I really am. It really deflated me. Honestly, I can't get that out of my head now.
Yeah.
I hope we score early in the second half. I really do.
We have to, because as soon as that goal wins,
no. Can you imagine the vitriol on Twitter?
Yeah. No. And you know what? This comes always back to who's the player on the field that looks at that and goes, you know what? We're gonna get it back, so don't worry about it. No, exactly. I don't think we had anybody on the field that said that. Even today, Tierney's been quiet. He needs to wake up, right? Yeah. He needs to wake up.
Yeah. He has been quiet. You're right. But Saka's the one. If anyone, it's going to be Saka, isn't it?
Yeah.
Saka is always there for us. That's the one thing we got. We can. So far, we've been able to guarantee that. You know what? No matter what's going on, no matter who's out there with him, he's going to give us something. It's going to be good each time. But yeah.
I was only what I said earlier about Balogun's contract and stuff. I was only half joking, really, because if he wants 40 grand in this day and age, there's no way we should pay him 40 grand. That's nothing. And you look at some of the Chelsea youngsters; they're on about 100 grand. Some of them, and they don't even play. So 40 grand, I can deal with. But Saka in the summer, in all seriousness, we need to give him a new contract again.
Yeah,
because 40 grand for him is nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, he's at 40 grand, but even if you did a transfer, could you lowball Arsenal because he's only on 40 grand? Probably not, right?
No, not regarding the fee, but he deserves more. He's our best player.
Yep.
So we need to keep him happy, and he's Arsenal through and through. So he's you can just tell he's happy, but he deserves to be on more than 40 grand a week. I mean, you consider, what other players are on. I mean, Kolasinac is coming back in the summer, and he's on about 90.
Yeah.
I mean, what's that all about? You can't justify that, can you?
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that Russ's comment.
Yeah, I see that.
Comment there.
Yeah, I see that. Ray in the chat as well. So saying just saw the goal again, and Partey gesturing, what a terrible pass. So yeah, at least got someone getting pissed off.
Yeah.
In the team.
Well, also the Russ one is actually the other one as well, because Arteta seems to put his players in situations where they will eventually fail on him. And they do. We put Luis out there too many games in a row. He will fail on you. You put Jacques out.
I mean, you can't put any blame on the managers when players do that. But apart from them picking them in the first place, but who else? I don't know. I just want to see Partey and Ceballos have a partnership and just give them 2 or 3 games and see how they get on. Because I've been saying this for months. Ceballos is ideal alongside Partey. And I think he's better than Xhaka in every way. Ceballos is.
Yeah,
I get that, but you know what? We keep seeing the same players doing the same things, and then we say, you know what? It's not Arteta's fault because it's to me, we see Xhaka do it. We see all these players do. Some like Luis do it. Eventually, they let you down, and you never know where it's going to come and what they're going to do. Either it's a red card, a yellow card, a terrible pass. you know, or just
collapsing
under the pressure.
He's the world's best con man. You hear all the time why every manager keeps playing Xhaka week in, week out, week in. He's like Michael Caine in that film with Steve Martin. What's that con man film?
The dirty, rotten scoundrels. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
He's like him. He's like the best con man in the world, talking people round and getting them to believe him. And he's one of these people that are crap at the job, but they're great at interviews, like Unai Emery. You know what? If you can,
if you can sell yourself good enough, it doesn't matter whether you got the talent or the skill, right? People will just keep hiring you, thinking they're going to get something good, and then when it fails, is what we see.
That's Xhaka. That's Xhaka through and through.
All right, I'm going to take a little break. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Yeah, see you in a minute. Ray in the chat as well saying Xhaka is that eager puppy wanting to please his master, but he can't jump through the hoops at Crufts. That's been polite, to be honest.
He wants to please. He's got the biggest ego in the world. I don't think he cares what people think about him.
I keep going back to it.
It's all about him.
Yeah, we'll keep going back to it every now and then. But obviously, we don't condone the abuse he was getting on social media to him and his family, whatever. We don't condone that at all. But at the same time, look how long it took to put an apology. It's a statement, but an apology out.
Yeah.
It's a PR statement. No, but I'm saying it's a PR statement. Everyone goes, when he apologised in the program, it wasn't. It's a statement. It's just, again, if you read it properly, he was justifying his actions because he's getting abused on social. So it's just like, well, it's not really an apology. He doesn't. He said he doesn't care.
You look at the aftermath of that goal again. He didn't put his hand up to apologise for his teammate.
Oh, well.
He didn't do anything like that. No. He does not care.
Exactly. And this is where, as I said, years gone by, the Pat Rices, McClintocks, Adams, Vieiras of this world would have fucking pulled literally there and then, like, what the fuck? Bollocks him there and then gone into him even more in the fucking changing room and pinned him against the wall.
You know, Ceballos, again, I'm talking about Ceballos again, right? He's a lone player. You can tell his passion is
from day one.
Is out the world compared to Xhaka.
Yeah, from day one.
Even when we scored, remember when he just fell to the floor and started beating the floor and we scored a goal and I can't remember which match it was now, but he cares about the club more than Xhaka does, and he's a lone player.
His literal first game in at home as well, second game of the season, first game in last season, when Aubameyang scored the winning goal. Obviously, he was part of this. I think he got the assist or something like that, I think. But he's then there behind that, literally at the side of the goal, going absolutely batshit crazy because he's literally that passionate.
Even when he's a sub, he's the first one who runs down on the pitch, like
and another
in the air.
And another one on loan. Odegaard the other night when we scored against the winning goal against Benfica, he fell to the floor and did the same thing, punching the ground in celebration.
Yeah. And do you ever get that from Xhaka? I've never seen that ever. I've never seen anything like it from Xhaka.
Of course not. He's just like little, look at me, I score a fucking 50-yarder if he ever does that.
Yeah.
I mean, just the way he made that mistake then and didn't even apologise to anyone around him.
No.
That just says it all for me. And I will always have this conversation. And you know how many arguments I've had with Richard about Xhaka?
Yeah.
And I wonder what Richard's thinking now after seeing that.
Oh, dear. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think any other player would do that. You just put it out, if anything. You just put it out for a corner. If anything.
Or literally just pass it to Leno, get out of the way quickly, and then hoof it up the pitch. Do something.
Anything. Your football brain would he was looking across and he saw Chris Wood immediately in front of him. And that's why it's so similar to what Socrates did against Watford, because he could see the play was there, but he still made the pass. Straight to him. What do you think he's going to do? He's going to the ball's going to go straight through him like some magic trick or something. It's just utterly ridiculous. It just really annoys me. Really, really annoys me. Just totally put a down on it.
And the thing is, how many times have we watched this guy do this, and he keeps playing? That's what I can't get my head around.
Yeah,
he is the mainstay in the team. He is the mainstay. He never gets rested, never gets rotated. He's the mainstay of the team, and he does a howler like this every few games.
Yeah,
I just can't get my head around it.
I wonder what Arteta said to him at half time. If anything.
I wonder, yeah.
I mean, you've got to rip him a new one for doing something stupid as that. Seriously.
Well, Jacko, make him captain next week.
Oh, don't even put that idea in his head. He'll fucking listen to this back and go,
Well,
yeah.
the thing, we keep saying it's a player. So many people say it's the players, it's the players, it's the players. Well, who chooses them? Arteta keeps choosing Xhaka every single game.
It's all their fault. It's everyone. It's Arteta because as you say, he picks the player, but also at the same time, it's the player's fault as well because he's old enough and big enough now, and more and experienced enough to know different. To put these to be consistently for 5 years we've had him now, consistently crap.
But the problem is, right? How comes every manager we've had seems to just continue?
Because they buy into his PR bollocks.
Wenger,
he's a con man.
Yeah, we're back underway with the second half.
Of course, I'm not saying that, but there's definitely something he must do in training that we don't see enough of it. There has to be something. I don't see shit. I don't see shit.
Dodgy photographs of the manager.
From now on, I'm going to call that guy. I'm going to call that guy the dirty rotten scoundrel.
Lucas in the chat's also saying we have to be ruthless against these players. Get out the players who don't want to be here and do their best every game. Exactly.
You know what? I think.
Oh, you got your shirt ripped.
Xhaka is doing the best he can, and that's what we get, right? We're gonna get some really good highs, and we're gonna get some really bad lows.
Yeah,
and bad lows end up in goals. Yeah, so
there's no fans in the ground.
Oh, you probably tell me.
Well, imagine this, literally, because as it's
Xhaka's shirt.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier.
The manager did that in half time.
Hopefully. Or pass to someone. But literally, I forgot what I was going to say now, but basically, he's not good enough end of the day. Even for a sub, he's not good enough. Let's be honest. He needs to just piss off.
I hope that.
And I'm annoyed, and again, I'm annoyed now that we've spent the entire half time not talking about the rest of the performance, concentrate on him because it's him that keeps fucking up.
Come on, William.
I'm sorry, Ryan. The finishing needs to improve as well. We can't just be saying, one individual error led to 4 goals not going in. Those players need to be ruthless as well.
You're right.
And we said this earlier on as well, because obviously it's been our second lets us down. Again, tonight, but at the same time, he's not a novice. He's not a kid anymore. This is an experienced player. The kids are consistently playing better than him. This season, I've not seen one kid come on from our youth academy or we were brought in that's made a mistake. That constantly fucks up. But getting.
No.
But you know what? We just need to get behind them and just hope to God they pull this one.
Well, literally now, since they've got that goal, Burnley have come at us now. The more open, the more.
But the thing is,
I think that's good for us, though. I think.
If we take our chances, it is.
But you know what?
Yeah.
They were coming out.
Handing them a Christmas present, didn't we?
Yeah, well.
Chris Wood's reaction really annoys me as well.
They're expecting to get a goal. They're expecting to get a goal because we make a mistake, but not like that. They expected like a probably a mispass in midfield. They get an attack and come down, not standing inside the penalty box and it hits off your hip. I mean, that's just you don't expect that at all. We do that. How many of our goals have we given up in the last month and a half or 2 months that were actually not by our undoing? I mean, I understand teams come down and break down your defense, but how many times have we actually set up the other team? I mean,
Benfica, we gave them 3 goals. 3 goals in 2 games we gave Benfica.
Yeah.
And
all the goals.
God.
And Arteta is, he's made the defense better, but they're just leaky enough that it punishes all the work he does, on the solidity of the defense when we do play. I mean, that one breakdown killed all of the defensive, solidity we had, all of it. I mean, just
every time he gets the ball.
And once again, it comes back to the leadership. Who's, that's why I think Leno needs to come out of his shell and control this stuff. I mean, he should have been calling for that ball because he could have seen, you would have saw Wood sitting there going, "Get me the ball back." You know, and that's what a goalkeeper will do that commands his box.
I'm sorry to bring the name up. You know, I know he's gone. He's not our player.
No, you can't do that. You can't do it.
No,
no point. Don't do it.
No. But what I'm about to say, it's not that I don't think Martinez is a better keeper than Leno. But the fact that he can command his box makes him look a lot better.
Russ, roll the tape. Come on, let's go.
That makes him a better keeper in my book. That's why. That's what I've always had a reservation about Leno. Leno is too quiet. He's too quiet and timid.
Yeah.
Gary, this is why I said he can't be a captain because he's too timid. He's too quiet. That's what I said.
You know what?
The same way he puts a lot of confidence in Willian, no matter how bad he's playing, right? The same confidence that he keeps putting him out there, even though because he knows what he's going to get from him. Then he needs to do that same thing with Leno in terms of leadership on the field, because he needs to command that box better over and over again. He puts enough. If he can do what he did to Willian, then he can get more out of Leno. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think you've got to have it in you as well. That's the thing. Yeah. And I don't think Leno has his ability to do that.
He's a German goalkeeper. He's going to have it in him, right? He's going to have it in him.
You know what we need to do? We need to get like
you as a person, you have to have leadership skills as a person. If you're that person that is not afraid to take crap from anyone and says everything can stand.
Yeah, he doesn't look like that kind of guy.
Yeah, but he don't look like that. No, he don't. That's why I didn't want to get rid of Martinez in the first place. But you know, that's why I said, look, the only person I know in that team that can probably do that is probably Tierney. That's it.
Yeah,
I see that in Tierney. I don't see that in anyone else.
No.
Take it off the screen. Thank you.
Yeah. And Lucas in the chat's asking our subs are Matt Ryan, Bellerin, trying to think now.
What was he doing giving him the ball?
Tobias, Lacazette, Martinelli, and there's two. There's another one, isn't there? Defender. Tobias, and there's another defender, but I can't remember. It's gone now. Holding, that's it. Yeah.
Oh no, not Holden.
Oh, and Elneny as well. Elneny's on the bench as well. So.
I've joined Melbourne on the holding out club.
Yeah, one in the chat's also saying Einstein's definition of madness is keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
That's what Wenger was doing on his last few seasons.
That's what Wenger did for the last eight years of his tenure, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I stopped watching for 3 years. I couldn't take it anymore. So
no, it was just you just knew exactly what was going to happen. Every game was the same.
Yeah, I mean that Birmingham Cup final was the last straw. I watched it for a few years. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't. That set me off. I was like, no.
Yeah, League Cup final. Yeah, League Cup final 2011. I was all for giving Wenger the chance to get us back to the top and all that, because obviously we moved to the Emirates. I said 5 years, and that was the 5th season. We're at the stadium as well. And that cup, we should have won that. I'm sorry, the talent we had that season, that squad we had, we should be walking that final. But especially when we played them a month prior, we played them and beat them 3-0 at their place. We beat them early on in the season as well at our place, 3-4-0. But yeah,
man!
Missed another one now.
But literally come to the final, and that attitude seeps in from then. Of we've already won as they're coming out. We've already won. Where else? We've already won the game. And they got cocky. And they sort of got a wake up call as Ziggett scored, and we equalised. And then we just literally pinned them in the second half, but we didn't take our chances. And then one literal long ball from Ben Foster and an assist, and Justin fucking Koscielny couldn't communicate apparently.
And people kept calling Koscielny one of the best defenders in the Emirates era. Fuck off. I'm sorry, that guy's been crap for ages. I'm sick of that mediocrity thinking that Koscielny was probably one of the best. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Who was better? Who was better? Who was better then? Because
not many.
Who was better?
Doesn't mean he's good.
Not many.
Well, that's what. Well, you know what? Tell me who was better. Tell me who was better, because then I'll agree with you.
BFG was the only one. The BFG, mate. The BFG
I'll give him that.
Yeah, he could read the game as well. Yeah. He may not have had the pace, but he could stop. And we saw that with Mertesacker in the interviews, obviously before he retired. that when we played the three centre backs and the wing backs, he's in the middle. He could read the game. We saw he hadn't played
great as well.
20 for Marlon. Before he got the captain's armband, and it just started getting injured.
He was brilliant before his injury. He's a fantastic player.
Yeah, I've literally got the away shirt from the 10-11 season. I think it's a 10-11. We had that print on badge for our 125th celebration of our and all that. And I got Vermaelen on the back because he was that good. And then, as soon as he got the armband, it all went up tits up. The curse of the armband, as we say, since the air was left.
He died, man.
But yeah, I was going to say, but literally that night, I literally was like, because the way we lost, and again, because of the, I was just going up to this is Wenger's time's up now. If we can't even motivate these players, because even in the build-up, I was watching Sky Sports and all that throughout the day, and even he treated the final like it was a normal everyday game. He literally just walked around the hotel, and that was it. There's no like usual. I think if we'd won that League Cup final, I think things would have been different under Wenger for the last few years. But the fact that was a start, because then the players, that mentality of we've already won this match, or we've even kicked a ball, seeped in, and it just got, as the years got on, it got worse and worse and worse and more regular.
Oh, Partey!
I'm liking the fact that Odegaard is actually having a shot.
Yeah,
you've got no one to give the ball to. That's why.
It hasn't come off though. It hasn't come off, but he's actually shooting, which is nice to see.
Yeah. MDU needs to behave himself, by the way. I'm not putting that up on the screen. You're not getting me this time.
Oh my God.
Dear
you're on point now, right, aren't you?
If you came along the first half, I might have done that. Might have got me, but no, I'm right now. I'm good.
The fact that you put it 3 times is like, stop it there.
It's 4 on my screen. There's literally 4 of it on my screen.
Yeah, it's a new one.
Oh man!
Got to get up a bit earlier than.
I'm just thankful. In one sense, I'm thankful it weren't Super Chat, because even then I wouldn't fucking put it up or mention it, because it's wasted money then. This game needs Pepe, says Russ in the chat as well. Yeah.
It needs some flair right now.
Yeah, it needs a Martinelli, Pepe, just someone like that, someone direct.
I'd love to see Martinelli given a chance.
Well, suddenly since he twisted that ankle in the league game when we won 3-0. Was it 3-0? Can't remember now. Against Newcastle. FA Cup. He twisted his ankle. So yeah.
We haven't seen him since half time at Man United, was it?
Yeah, but I'm saying he hasn't been started.
Yeah. We haven't seen him since then.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't understand how a manager who can pull Martinelli at halftime
can't do a shame.
Cannot do anything in this game. Hasn't done anything in this game.
Well,
he's doing what
look at what he's done.
He's literally doing what. Sorry, he's literally doing what Wenger used to do.
I'll move.
Yeah, Luis Odegaard's there, bro.
Oh my God, Luis.
No, you're not complaining. That's your fault.
Exactly.
Why is Luis waiting? He waited for the defender to just come in and steal that ball. Come on.
Exactly.
What are we doing? Just take it to them.
There, like, arms open, like, please.
Oh no, man.
Oh God.
You know, we look like the team. They look like the team that came out and is taking this. Why are they taking a game to us now?
Because of that goal. Because up till then they weren't doing nothing.
No, but I mean, you come out at halftime and they still look like it. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah.
You know what it is? Burnley are a team that grow into the game.
Yeah, but they'll come out before the goal, though. Yeah, but it's going to be another 10 minutes, though.
Well done.
You know what he's like. Another 10 minutes, then he'll change it. That's what
I'll tell you who's not having a good game
It's got to
today.
be your first choice now, don't you think? It's got to be
Harry
our
and
first choice
Chambers.
defender, Pablo Maro.
I'll tell you something who's not playing well. Saka's not having a good game today.
No, sort of. But he's not.
Probably because he's rusty as hell.
Literally, apart from that last
He played the last game.
apart from the last game, he played. Yeah, apart from the last game, he's pretty much played every game up to that point since.
Yeah, but he can't be knackered. He's 19. He's had about 2 weeks off.
We've had 6 days off as well, so that I get what you're saying, Andrew. Yeah.
I mean, which one is it? Is he rusty or is he tired?
Oh, that's poor.
If he's rusty, then he needs to play in this game.
No, he needed to play. He's definitely rusty, but I don't know. I don't know if it's because if he's tired, then he needs to come off, right?
He probably will come off down fucking Arteta.
If he would come off, Martinelli or Pepe has to come off.
I bet you anything, all 3 subs were made and Xhaka will still be on the pitch. Guarantee it.
Look at it.
We'll take Partey off.
Lacazette's
coming on.
Okay.
I'm putting it out. He would take off Partey before he took off Xhaka. 100%. Of course he would take off Partey.
I agree.
But Sam. Sam, you were saying something?
I was going to say with players with young players like Saka, all young players, talented players. It's a matter of form. You know, it's not necessarily tired or jaded. It's just form. A young player, a talent's not going to keep up the same level of form every single game. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah,
100.
Of course, they're still learning as well. They're still learning their trade on the job. Do you know what I'm saying? And
that's
the thing. When you're young, you get. But look at Emile Smith Rowe. There's been a couple of games he hasn't exactly played well, and the rest of the games he's played.
He's been brilliant. It was brilliant for 3-4 games, and he's been off the ball a little bit for maybe 1 or 2 games, and he'll pick up again. But that's the thing with young players. That's why they need a bit of a rest now and again, so that they can sort of get some time to build up a bit more.
Hold it, Jack. I don't do anything.
Build up a bit more form again, and then sort of get back into it.
I won't get that.
You know what I find that weird as well, right? If I just say one thing to get your opinion? Nketiah hasn't hasn't had a sniff since we've brought in ESR and Saka to play together. That would be the ideal time to actually play Nketiah because they come through the
So they kicked it out of bounds. How do we not get the ball?
But you know what, Andrew? Remember, Nketiah was getting that abuse online, and I think that's kind of
messed him up. Well, what was it last week? Smith Rowe.
He took Odegaard off. That's a
why is Odegaard coming off?
He wants to have that double pivot. He loves that double pivot. He has to have a double pivot.
It's either that or he's going 4-4-2 because
why not take off Willian?
4-4-2.
Why not take off Willian? Take Aubameyang back on over to the left.
That doesn't make any sense.
That is stupid.
I told you, what did I say? Xhaka's the one that's put us in this mess, and he's still on the pitch. Someone who's actually performed today has been taken off.
He's increasing the Arteta haters. He's increasing it.
So he's trying to win this. He's trying to get a 1-1 game then, right?
I think that's not a negative sub. It is trying to win the game. I just think he's trying to melt them.
I don't see it as a positive.
Oh my god! Ooh. All right, cool. Oh, who's it?
Burnley has just brought on a farmer.
Yeah, but look where he is, though. Right.
Yeah.
I'm just done. Oh, Bob, man, too much.
So he's going to play the number 10 then, will he?
Lee Gunner's going to have a field day today.
No choice then, yeah.
But the thing is, this is Arteta messing up again. Sorry, it just is.
He's justifying the likes of Lee Gunner.
Of course it is.
You know, he takes one. This is what I said. This is what I said after the Leicester game, and everyone started, fucking fart unicorns again. I mean, I said, let's look at that consistency, what he does. And because he takes 1 step forwards and then 2 steps back. That's the thing with Arteta. 1 step forwards, 2 steps back.
Sake.
He's stupid, honestly. You got one cam and you take him off in 60 minutes. I mean, Olympiacos ain't till Thursday or Wednesday.
Thursday, 8 o'clock kickoff.
That's even worse. That's even worse. It's Saturday. Yep. It's not even Sunday. It's Saturday. Fuck's sake.
Yep.
I don't get that substitution. I can't even make any kind of sense out of that substitution, to be honest. I really can't.
Exactly as I'm saying. Literally, Odegaard has been performing today. He's tried pulling the strings. Jack has fucked up,
Yeah, but you need that player to thread those balls through. You need that player to thread those balls through to Lacazette and to Aubameyang.
Guys, we're back to square one. We're back to how we were at the start of the season.
It's like
no creative play.
Yeah, it's
I don't know
literally
why
like he's now.
to come on.
It's like he against the second half against Wolves. We took Lacazette off and put some midfielder on. It's a defender. He's like he's going out for the draw now.
You need to calm down. You're on a yellow, mate.
You're on a yellow as well. You're on a yellow, bro. You need to. Yo, he might have to come off as well. He's looking dead today.
He is.
He's got a red card written all over him right now.
I know. He needs to come off. He's lucky the referee's been a little bit lenient with him. We've seen referees just be like, yeah, get off.
Well, a pressure isn't there now? Everything that's gone off recently with sending offs and this, that, and then reversing.
Where's his teammate telling him, come on?
You're right, Gary.
To me, you know what? We talk about this all the time. It's leadership that would be talking to Xhaka, leadership that would be talking to Saka. I mean, come on. He's got to know better than to play the way. You can't play that reckless.
Xhaka's experience. Xhaka does it all the time. He's experienced. He should know better himself. But
we say that all the time, but then we say, you know what?
I was just about to say, this is Xhaka though.
We say that all the time. Though we say he's seasoned, so he shouldn't do these things, and he does them every time.
No, I agree.
He could have played inside his left foot controlled it.
He could have just controlled it. Right.
He could have controlled it.
The Arsenal misfit in the chat as well saying just more shit game management by Arteta for the 80th time. I'm sorry, but he's not good enough at this level. And this is the thing. Even though I supported him from day one since he's come in, this was always my concern that he's learning on the job. And it's like it's a massive.
He ain't learning fast though, is he, Ryan?
No,
is he learning? I've not seen any sign of him learning, Ryan.
No,
but yeah, it could be 12 months ago, couldn't it?
But exactly. But if you suggest him leaving, like getting,
Pepe is coming on. So Pepe
he heard me.
Yeah.
Did you hear?
But he should have been the first sub. Odegaard should have been on. Sorry. Odegaard should still be here.
If I was saying that, shut me off.
Sorry, Ryan.
Come to me in a minute.
If it was 12 months ago.
Oh yeah, basically, that was my concern about him not learning on the job. It's a massive risk, and if become
Party getting buoyed, you know.
If Arteta gets given the boot, so if we don't get European football this season, his objective was Champions League. That's the main one. The secondary one, the backup, is winning the Europa League, and then the third one, the absolute worst case scenario, is just getting a Europa League spot. If he can't get that, I'm sorry, there's no improvement. If they're finishing lower than 8th as well, or 8th, there's no improvement. He has to go. Because he's failed every objective. All the objectives would have been given for European football next season, he would have failed.
Yeah, but they'll still keep him, come on.
I know, but I'm saying, my point is, if we even suggested like we've just done, even suggest that happening, we're not Arsenal fans, we've got to get behind the process, it takes time. But he's been in here. Coming into the season, it's going to be a year and a half since he's been here. And where's the improvement?
But you know what?
Yes, we won the FA Cup. That's great. The FA Cup was great. But yeah, so go on.
What I will say, it's both things. One, look, the ownership is the whole problem. Listen, we can blame Arteta, this, that, and the third. It's his rookie season. He's a rookie at best.
Yeah.
Why did you really not? Oh my god. You say really, I'm surprised I'm even saying that. But anyways, it starts from the top because I always say it. Listen, we could be Arteta in and out. I'm over that now. All right, I have my opinions on the manager, and it will stay like that, right, until he proves me wrong. As long as he's in this job. However, it is the owners who employ these people. Right?
Oh my god!
Ultimately, they are in charges. So they are at fault. They're at fault. Arteta could try and whatever, right? He's not going to turn this down. Because why would you turn this down? But ultimately, the owners gone out there and said, we're going to take our risk on. We're going to put all our eggs in the basket on a rookie manager with no experience because he's worked alongside one of the best managers in Europe.
It should have, yeah,
that's
but the thing
that says everything.
Yeah, the whole going for rookie, they should have done. They should have done that the first time, man. When Wenger left, they didn't go for rookie. Go for it first, and then go for the experience. They went for the experience, and then went for rookie.
But Arteta even said they weren't ready. That's a joke.
Have you guys seen in the press recently that Nagelsmann Nagelsmann apparently would be willing to go to Spurs.
If he was going to give
I don't know why. You won't get back there, so I don't know why he would. He won't get back.
If he's willing to go to Spurs,
that was in the
we need to get him before that would even be considered, man.
Yeah. Of course we should. Nagelsmann is miles levels ahead of Arteta.
Can you imagine if he went to Spurs, right? They would be a force. I'm sorry, but they wouldn't. If
you know what? They need to clear
allowed that to happen. We've got a better squad than they have overall, I think.
No, but you know what?
Yeah, that's it. Kicking it as well.
What's his name? His owners is as shrewd as us.
Yeah.
And he's limping.
Exactly. The Leipzig owners, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He'd be perfect. He'd be perfect. Again, another reason why he'd be perfect, because he's worked with a budget and got them Champions League football consistently and got them competing.
No, but he needs money, though. If he's going to do anything,
of course,
he needs money, because that first team needs a clear out. You know what I mean? That's why. We're on par with them. They fell off and come and caught up with us. That's what's happened with Spurs, which is fucking hilarious. This is a great point
from Cheddars. Paul Clement was assistant to Ancelotti and failed at Derby, Swansea, and Reading.
Steve McLaren. I mean, who else was on number 2 that fly?
What's his name? That Brian Kidd. Remember him?
Brian Kidd, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Well done, Chambers.
The guy used to.
Man.
Two of Fergie's guys that used to be his assistant. He put to coach the Portugal team now in the van. I think is it Van or something like that. He's coaching the national team there. Carlos Quelos and and what was it, the other guy? They went to Fulham. Felix something. I can't remember his name.
Oh my God!
Was that Checker again? It was.
Of course it was.
Of course it was. Offside. It was offside. It was offside.
It doesn't matter. He never knew it was offside, did he, Jacker?
No.
Hold on. I'm not backing him. I'm just saying it was offside.
That's
what I'm saying.
Opta Joe has released a tweet. He says, since the start of the 2016-17 season, Granit Xhaka has made more errors leading to goals, 8. That's 8 errors leading to goals, than any other outfield player in the Premier League.
Yeah. I thought it would have been more.
Feels like it was.
I thought it would have been.
It feels like
that.
Oh,
yeah, of course, yeah.
It feels like that. No, I'm sure they got to redo that again. There's probably some games they're missing out. 100%. It's been too many times.
What about the time he's given the ball away and they've just failed to score through no fault of his own?
Yeah.
The liability times 10.
That stat is where his error has directly led to a goal straight afterwards.
Oh, literally led to it. Okay.
Yeah. He's had 8 of those since 2016-17 season.
It's still bad either way.
Oh, that's poor, man. He's not even a centre back. That's even worse.
No. Yep.
He's
at the moment,
box midfielder.
There's only one team that looks like they're going to win this.
It's Burnley, Burnley have gone for it.
Yeah, Burnley got back into this now. Burnley in the second half, they've got into it.
It's literally like the subs he's made. He's happy to take the goal.
And also, it is that the subs also just losing that goal just before half time's a killer, isn't it?
Yeah. But they had 50 minutes to recuperate and get it out of their system. Well,
I always talk about building for the next game.
Tottenham beat
this did nothing. This did nothing for that.
Yeah, they probably will. Pepe, too many step overs, man. Way too many.
Warren's got a question in the chat first of all, saying, "Can you see Arsenal getting top 4 next season under Arteta?" I'll go last.
I'll say right now, nope.
Well, but get going, just make it short.
Sales, what about yourself? Do you think we'll get top 4 next season for Arteta?
I think with Arteta, if he's back, then yeah, but not with this incompetent board now.
No, the thing is, he has been back though. He's got the players he wants, and we're
worse off than last season. That's got to be a pen. His hand's out there.
That's a pen. Listen.
Oh, that hits his hand, right? His hand from his body.
They won't give it.
That happened with Tottenham.
They won't even check it.
I forgot, Ryan. You said they changed
the rules. How is it not a penalty? How can you say it's not a penalty?
They changed the rules, remember? They changed the rules.
They did that.
His hands are out like this, away from his body. They did
the same yesterday, didn't they? The day before, there was a penalty that wasn't given, wasn't it?
If he doesn't put his hand there, there's an attack on the goal. I mean,
how can it not be a penalty?
Was it Fulham? Was it Fulham that didn't get a penalty?
Fulham, yeah.
No, that was Chelsea. It was Conte. Remember, Conte puts his head.
Conte. Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh yeah, that as well.
I think no, he's talking to VAR now. I think he's talking about the pen thing. He's saying to basically just wait.
His arm.
Why did it take so long? Why did it take so long? We watched enough of the game to see the replay.
I don't know whether he is definitely, but it looks like he was telling him to just.
They're not literally, but also his arm's in that. How's his arm in a natural position?
Yeah, that's Defoe's handball. The second one is.
They gotta go back to that, but they're not.
Second one was a penalty.
Are they?
It's too long now.
Oh no, they're not gonna.
They're not gonna. Water saying, "Oh man, hey guys, in the chat, please tell us what Water's saying now, because I call him Water because he's a piece of shit." But yeah, not standing, man. After the backward comment, you see?
Yeah, surprised it wasn't giving us.
Well, you didn't say that.
No, he's only said it's not been.
No, he's not looking. They're telling players to calm. Players complaining. He's telling them to all calm down and go away.
Yeah, that's it. It's because the Lacazette.
That was all until next year.
Fucking hell.
Peter Walton will just be saying
the
VAR's not there to get the correct decision again.
Wow.
They're just stupid. They're a bunch of idiots.
When they say that,
why didn't the referee look at the monitor?
But you know what, guys? You know what?
So they
ultimately
it wasn't enough to be overturned.
You're joking.
Oh, do you know what? Ultimately, we can't be relying on that. We should have took our chances.
Oh no!
Just get rid of it.
I'm with that as well.
Get rid of everyone.
The VAR thing it's just the same thing, man. Same shit. Same shit.
Well done, Pepe. Pepe's improved so much in his defensive work.
That's because Bellerin's not around. That's why.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Bellerin's around. Pepe just looks bad.
His defensive work had nothing to do with Bellerin. I mean, come on. I know Bellerin hurts him on the offensive
I'm not
side.
saying Pepe hasn't
not on the
improved,
tracking back.
but I'm saying Pepe's hindered it. I'm saying Bellerin's hindered Pepe at times.
Sam, have you seen that penalty thing, Sam?
Yeah, it's definitely a penalty. Definitely.
So why wasn't it given?
They keep going back.
Because why do you think it wasn't given?
Because they're
Colour
incompetent.
shirt.
That as well.
So why wasn't it given yesterday? Why wasn't it given the other day then?
We weren't playing the other day.
No, Chelsea v
So
Man
it's just
United.
Arsenal. So it's just Arsenal then. Okay, we got it. Yeah.
Chelsea v
No,
Man
not just
United.
Arsenal, but we do get the rough end of it all the time, don't we?
Because proximity.
No, why do you think
Everyone does. Everyone does. Everyone does. Look at the
Everyone
games
else
the other
puts their
day.
arms out as a penalty every time.
No, not the other day. The other day, Chelsea didn't get one.
Hudson and Man United didn't get it.
It's only about 59 times now.
Oh my lord!
Like that.
What a save!
Just
From the same guy that handballed it. Anyhow, he scored that. Wow. I was so annoyed.
He literally leans down as well. You look at slow mo. I've done it in slow mo. The guy leans towards the ball, leans his arm towards it.
Surprising, Peters is the one that almost puts almost.
Yeah.
So we take off our creative player, leave on a double pivot, and we're wondering why we can't do anything.
We're not wondering.
We know they don't clearly.
Yeah. No, the manager don't.
And you know what? This is going to be at least 5 minutes of Burnley wasting time, and we're not going to take our opportunities when they come.
We haven't taken our opportunities since the first half.
Well, I'm just going with the last 10 minutes.
Warren's right so far with the 1-1. Then I think he sort of saw this coming.
With what they're doing now. Oh, what a save! Fucking hell!
Saved us. Well done,
my lord, that could have been 2.
Yeah, nearly went in, didn't it? Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Done well, the keeper.
Jesus. Yeah, who's that coming on? Better not be his son. I see dark hair.
It will be better. Of course it will. They've got one sub left.
Yeah, it's probably going to be
Sales as well.
Oh my god.
No, but literally got one sub left. And what did I say? All three subs will be made, but he will not come off.
Please.
And he's the one that's basically cost us 3 points.
Saying that ages ago. Who's in there to head the ball? Come on, man. Oh, you're not driving up the fucking wall.
Nobody attacks the ball. We all just look at it.
That should have been 2-1 to Burnley there. He's through alone with Leno.
Where's Sol's gone? Is that enough?
I know. I think he might have.
Where's that centre half?
What a centre halves man with Arsenal.
Please don't be Bellerin.
Oh,
It'll be so Arsenal. It'll be so Arteta.
Oh, of course it will.
For it to be
He's
Bellerin
coming
on.
We're not even down to 10 men, and he's coming
Who's
for a
that
draw.
on? Or is that Ceballos?
You watch her take Party off if that's a bias. You watch.
Party for Ceballos.
no.
Well done.
Can't believe
Well
it.
done. That makes no sense.
Ah,
No, it makes every bit of sense. It's Arteta.
And this is why the likes of the Gunner that have been out from day one. It proves their point. We keep saying it proves their point. See, I'm justified for doing it.
Everyone's got their opinions. Just the ways people go about it is a bit mad.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's just really what it's
Told you,
about.
Party. Didn't I say that in the first half? Party will go off before.
But we do that. He does it all the time.
oh no!
Hey, what the fuck? Oh
Again?
my lord!
Again.
Oh my lord! How did
he miss the ball? How do you miss the ball?
Over the play. Oh,
How do you miss the ball?
This is
He's taking off Partey.
Yeah.
He's taking off
Told you.
fucking Partey.
Told
I
you.
can't take this fucking
Told you.
manager anymore.
Told you.
That's it. I'm done with him.
I called it.
Oh my god!
The man
Absolutely
that,
useless.
the man that's fucked us over and cost us 3 points is finishing the game.
I'm not even saying anything. I'm not even saying anything.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
I've been sick of it.
Well, this is one weekend ruined.
Backwards.
Yep.
Oh, Pepper, you.
And now they got a sub coming on.
Unbelievable, that is. That means.
That is
I don't know
disgraceful.
how he missed that. I don't know how he missed that. How did you miss that?
Any sort of clean connection, that's 2-1.
Pepe, come on. That was 2-1. Yeah.
How many goals could we just give up?
Oh,
That was like the Aubameyang list against Benfica.
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much was, wasn't it? Oh my god.
How many goals could we just give up? You know, give them and miss ourselves.
Why
Yeah,
do
Russ
you
and Chet
go
say, Party can't do 90 minutes.
sideways?
Can't do 90 minutes. Come on, Sam Beeville. Not of Arteta at the helm, anyway.
Who was that?
So, Sam in the chat saying, Partey can't do 90 minutes. Come on, Sam Beeville. It's obviously been sarcastic. But yeah, it's just. So basically, all 3 subs.
Give it back. Give it to the keeper.
Been, Woody and the assist got taken off. Obviously, he dipped off. So he can understand.
Erdogan, our creative player.
Yeah, and Partey.
That one hurt me more. That one hurt me a lot more.
Yeah, again, I keep repeating it. The man that's fucked us and given them away.
Come on.
3 points we would have had.
Come on. Who's there? Pepe!
Another miss.
It's cost us.
Fuck's sake,
It's actually cost us 3 points.
The ref given a penalty.
Yeah, again, he's
Red
been
card.
removed.
Come on! He's off! He's off! You have to give a penalty.
Was it an Arsenal
They're going to
penalty?
look at it. It's West
They're
of the
gonna look at
game.
it.
Yeah, Arsenal. Potentially. Wait, let me see.
Handball.
Oh,
Well,
mate.
So double
You went
I can't
like
make anything out of that.
that.
Oh my
That's a
god.
penalty. Surely.
They'll double check, obviously.
Oh, I think he put his arm out.
They'll probably check that. You went like that.
That was really unlucky.
Come on, man. If that's not a penalty, then
Please,
I don't know.
Oh my god.
if it's given, Aubameyang, please.
Let's score it. But if it's given,
Yeah.
hopefully let's score it first. No, but let's see if it's going to go to VAR. You know what these are. You know what they're like.
Oh, I think it looks to shoulder to me, boys. It's like a shoulder.
It went like that. It
I
might
don't
be.
think
Yeah.
so.
Don't
It
give
might
it.
be.
Sure.
Yeah, it might be.
I think it's his arm.
You know, if they can nullify the other handball, then this is
Red
a
card.
handball regardless, right?
Yeah. Back to you'll see in a minute.
If they're consistent with their handball, then this is a
Look at Xhaka.
handball
Look at
because the
Xhaka
other
having
one
a
wasn't,
laugh
and
with
it hit his hand. So I don't know why this is the inconsistency and not really corruption that we're talking about. Because they're both
You know what? They won't give it.
it's just stupid. How are you
If
looking
we
at
show
this
Arsenal,
one?
they won't give it.
I think it's shoulder. I don't think it's a penalty.
Yeah, it might have been. I'd have to agree with you, Mo. It might be. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be ruled out. But why do we get the correction?
Oh, he's got the red card already. What?
How can it be? If it's yellow, then he's off anyways. He already got a yellow.
Oh, wait.
So he's
They
off
overturned
anyways.
it. They overturned it.
No,
They
he's not.
overturned it.
Not a penalty.
He just gave him a yellow just now.
No, Yeah.
Over here, he's
what
got a
happens
yellow.
then?
He's off.
If he gets a yellow, then what happens then?
It's a pen.
Why is he still gonna get a yellow? Yeah, it's hit his shoulder, man.
So it's not
Yeah,
been
it's
given,
not his
though.
shoulder. Probably not.
It still should be a pen. Otherwise,
Are
why
they
is it
still
a
looking
yellow?
at it? Are they still
Yeah, I
looking
don't know.
at it?
Why is he giving him a yellow if it's not a
The
pen?
shirt is not where the shoulder is.
No.
Are they still
Stay
looking
on.
at it?
Why is that not?
No, they
Why
haven't
has
played on.
he got a yellow then? Why has he got a yellow?
James,
No, he's not a yellow.
Yeah,
He didn't get a yellow. He's just
Why did
telling
he
you
pull
Why
out
did
a
he bring the
yellow and then
yellow
a
up?
red card? He pulled out a yellow and
because
then a
it's
red
not
card.
because he gave him a red, so he's received the red and he's given
Given a yellow.
continued with the yellow that he gave him earlier. It's not another yellow.
What do you mean the yellow earlier?
When
I
he
don't
did
remember getting a
Lacazette,
yellow.
he gave me yellow.
This will be off then.
Did he?
No, it's
I
not
don't
another
understand-
yellow.
I don't understand that.
That wasn't a
Just
yellow.
pull
That
the
wasn't a
red.
yellow.
No.
Oh my god, I'm so confused.
He's all
What for
over
the card
There's
is?
nothing.
Just-
There's no card. If there's no foul, there's no card. It's as easy as
No, but then
that.
what put it? Usually they just go.
It's-
Like,
Right. Oh, where's Lacazette was getting fouled?
Come on, it's
up?
got to be a yellow.
You-
Come
I
on.
don't believe it,
usually they just
man.
pull out
He
the.
called it on. What?
Oh.
Usually they just pull out the red card. Go no, not given. Continue. But the fact he pulled out a yellow and then went and then pulled out the red and went no. That's confusing. That's what's confusing people.
I mean, he's fouling like I said the whole time, right?
I know.
And then he calling offsides. How did he? What?
No, so how
Why
did
did
he
he
win
do
the
it?
first place, you schmuck?
Even Cheddars is saying the ref said it's a reverse to a yellow, but why has he been booked?
No,
It's not a penalty.
I get that.
No,
I get
no,
that. I
he
get that.
didn't reverse to a yellow. He didn't reverse to a yellow.
Oh, right.
Basically, he's still got a yellow. He's
Oh, okay, it's just
I
on the
think he
yellow.
basically
Okay.
had-
Yeah.
He had
If
both cards in the same pocket, and that's what's confused everyone, I think.
Okay, Lacazette's been fouled.
He's still just on a
Yeah.
yellow card, yeah.
Lacazette gets fouled and gets.
So
gets
he
again,
pulled
we're
out
doing this again.
the wrong card, right? Shouldn't he know
Yeah,
what
basically.
card he's pulling out?
But why would he show it?
Yeah, Louise.
That
It was
doesn't
a Graham
make
Pole.
sense.
The Graham Pole moment. If you know,
He's
you
still
know.
on the because he was already on
Yeah,
the
three
yellow.
yellow cards.
Basically saying you're still on a yellow. The red is now gone.
Mm.
Oh, my head. I can't take this, man.
Maybe a few
This
more
is
minutes.
probably why I
until,
woke up with a headache. Oh
This
my
has
God.
been really, really painful to watch.
Yeah, well, I've got the
Really
hardship.
painful.
I've got the hardship of going through this in a bit, making highlights for a highlight show. Yeah,
Well, there's tons of highlights, mate. Tons of them,
yeah, it's just
but not very good ones.
No.
That's the problem.
one end up. Yeah, it's all fucking negative from there on.
Opa, man. Been absolutely just disappeared this season.
Where's Aubameyang been? I
Apart
haven't
from the
seen
goal,
him.
nothing.
He's
Oh.
just been on that wing. He's disappeared on that wing. Like, once he gets the ball, he does a few touches and passes it. It's just
Oh,
like,
dude,
come
you
on.
can't play in the fucking wing.
He's got a hat trick in the middle, but we can't play him there.
Oh, God forbid.
Nah, we're not
Oh
allowed
my god.
because you can't trust Martinelli apparently.
Back, give it back.
Fuck's
Give it
sake.
forward.
But Xhaka gets trusted. Fuck's sake.
What's that?
Oh, Lacazette, man. Fuck's sake.
We can't beat Burnley, in 2 games this season.
No, we can't
Yeah.
beat Burnley. We're going to get
That's silly.
smashed.
What's going on there?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is
Both down
what
the road, beat them 4-0 last week, didn't they?
Yeah, comfortably.
Last week, 4-0.
Got
We should have beaten this by 4-0
Yeah.
in the first half.
scored an early goal like we did, but they killed the game
But we
off straight
didn't.
away.
It's like
Yeah,
Wolves,
that's the
man.
difference. We didn't kill the
It's like
game.
Wolves, man.
But yeah,
It's like the
again,
Wolves game. No difference is they ain't got the winner. We ain't got the no
Hey.
sent off.
I think I'm sorry. We don't get
Yeah,
European football.
are we
We ain't
play-
in the
yeah.
Europa League. He's got to go. He's got to go in the season. He's got to get these games out of the way and get rid of him. I'm sorry. I'm sick of this.
Fuck
There's no
sakes,
pro
Bayern.
They can pull out people can pull out the defensive stat of we've got the third best defence in the league, but we ain't fucking
Not good enough,
taking our
is it?
chances. We go from one extreme to the
We're
other.
winning the Europa League, bro. This is the thing. Like, I keep saying this. We ain't got a team fucking strong enough for winning Europa League.
I know,
We ain't
but-
got a manager strong
Come on
enough.
then. Move.
But he's not.
done, man.
We needed.
He's done.
He's cleaning up learning on the job. He's rewarding a mistake that's cost us 3 points basically.
I mean, it's injury time. 5.
We have. I disagree. We have got the team to win the Europa League, but it is debatable whether we've got the manager. Clearly, we've got the team. I think. And
I think we need
when you look at
more,
what Dean Smith's done this season, look at what
No,
Dean
no,
Smith's
no,
done
no,
this
no.
season.
Yeah, that's because that's
Look
been
at
an
what David Moyes has done this season with the worst squad.
Yeah.
You know, there's no excuse for not getting the tune out of this squad.
And also forget the fact that he should have.
You know what? They've had a good base
If-
to build.
No, the one people want in the shoulders before from that.
And on top of that,
My thing is, in our walk of life, if we're on a job, high end or not, if we're given targets, we've got a set time frame to meet them targets, and we fail them targets up to even the worst case scenario target, we're out of a job. So why is it different for him or anyone else?
He wouldn't have been kept on in any other top club across Europe.
No. He would,
Chelsea would have sacked him months ago.
literally, the only way. Imagine this. I was going to say that earlier. Actually, imagine this. As it stands, last game of the season is going to have 40,000 fans in the Emirates for the Brighton game. Imagine that no one buys a ticket and don't turn up.
But you know what? Ultimately, this is the thing, yeah. Like I said, listen, we can get the manager we want. We know the manager's not. Well, I think most of us on this panel.
That's only what. As we've
it's down to them. They are the reason. They are the sole
of course,
reason
yeah.
why Arteta in this job.
Because they haven't got. Because they haven't got a clue.
Of course, it's not that they haven't got a clue. They don't give a fuck. They can at least hire someone with a better CV than what the people that we got here. But ultimately, they didn't bother. They said, "Oh yeah, you pay for the club, Eddie. Let's bring you in." It's
literally. We could all name 10 managers, either in work or not, that could do a better job than him with this squad. Even with the mistakes of Xhaka, they wouldn't reward Xhaka for fucking us over, and they didn't have the whole 90 minutes.
I don't think
also,
for Arsenal.
I guarantee, because we dropped points as well, Aubameyang won't do any press conference today, by the way. He won't do any media work. It'll be
Tierney will do it. Tierney will Saka. More likely Tierney.
Because we haven't won. But literally, if we win, Aubameyang's there.
You think so?
I think something we haven't touched on really today is Chambers. He hasn't made any mistakes. Obviously, he hasn't made any mistakes. He's been had a good game, basically.
We say one mistake, but it wasn't like crucial mistake. So I get what you're saying with that. But other than that,
it's his first game in a month. Years.
Yeah, exactly.
First game in years. He's done really well.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, I want to touch on. So go on.
Sorry. Him and Mary for me have been the absolute, best defenders. Tierney's had an average. Oh, come on!
And the thing is, because of
is that a poor game, Tierney?
Because of Granit, Chambers won't get the praise that he deserves because it's all direct. All the attention's now on Granit. His mistake.
Yeah, but that's Granit. He always makes a headman for himself.
But you guarantee, we'll come Thursday, he'll start again. Why is it the kids are getting fucking fucked over? Basically, they do God. They get pulled out. Pepe does good.
No! Oh, the fucking post, Jesus!
That was incredible block by Burnley. Got to give him credit for that.
Don't you dare, don't you fucking dare.
2 minutes and a half left.
This is Burnley.
Minute and a half left. 1 point. 1 point this season against Burnley, 6 out of 6.
They took 4 points off us, guys.
Yep.
Burnley have taken
hit the bar.
4 points.
That Chambers hit the bar.
Yep.
Chambers, isn't it? Oh my God.
My head
So unlucky.
Ball, Ceballos. 2 minute ball.
Burnley got man in the match.
Oh.
Of course he did fuck all, but yeah, he was the man of the match, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great block though by Burnley. That was really unlucky for Chambers.
Game over. Well done, Arteta. You dropped us a point.
Thank you, Granit.
Wait,
Thank you so much for that.
Right. Oh, Ceballos hit the post. Oh shit.
Fuck's sake, I'm sick of this.
Idiot.
We should play for us then. I've said this a million times.
Yeah, we keep saying it.
I'm just
boy.
actually done. I can't keep it up anymore.
Not good enough.
We're not going to get European Football Water League, and we're not going to win Europa League because of these fucking idiots.
We don't deserve it. We don't deserve it.
How is he rewarding the experienced players that keep fucking us over with game after game after game? Yet the kids that are performing to a higher level, a better performance, oh no, got to hook them off, can't play them. Martinelli, why is Martinelli coming on?
If I was Martinelli, I'd leave the club.
Why take your fucking most creative player off the pitch? I can't do this anymore. We've got fucking 11 more league games, at least 2 more European games. Yay!
How can they? I mean, I'm not. This is nothing. There's no backing of anyone. But how unlucky can anyone be? How many goalmouth scrambles? How many times we hit the bar? How many times
that's
not tap it in? It's just ridiculous, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, it's the story of our season.
Unbelievable.
We've gone from leaking goals before he came in. We're leaking goals for years and years and years. We're now the 3rd best defence in the league. But that
means nothing. That means nothing, does it?
It's nullified our attack. Our attack has gone the opposite way. We've literally gone from one extreme to the other. And I'm sorry, I can't back it. We're literally league position-wise. Yeah, and league position-wise, we're worse than what we were this time last year, just before lockdown.
I can't justify backing him anymore at the moment. I really can't. I've been really backing him non-stop, but I'm struggling big time now.
Yeah, same here. From day one, I've been backing him, even recently this season. I've been trying, but it gets to a point now where how can we, when he keeps making the same mistakes, rewarding this fucking arseholes.
Those substitutions have just cost us these 2 points again. And now how many times?
No, subs didn't cost us. Jacko
cost us. They did. No,
contribution.
But those subs,
they're part of it.
He chose
They
to
are
make.
part of it as well.
No, they chose taking off Odegaard, who would be the perfect foil for Lacazette or Aubameyang to slip those balls through. That is just absolute joke. This is.
Yeah, these subs made no sense whatsoever.
No justification for it whatsoever.
I'm going to shoot off.
I'm going to shoot off.
I'll find you.
Richard later.
Yeah.
YouTube, Rambling.
Hey, boys. Thanks, Ryan.
Cheers, Melvin.
All right, see you, Melvin.
Okay, guys.
Hey, boys. See you, Ryan.
See you later, guys. See you later, mate.
See you later.
See you later.
Yeah, see you, Gary.
All right, see you.
So it's 4 of us now. But no, we can't. It's like you said, Andrew. We've tried to get behind him, best of our abilities, and we can't anymore. Especially, as you said, every substitution made no sense today. We draw.
It's just so much, wasn't there? So much that went wrong today, and Arteta's behind a lot of it. And it's just not good enough. And this is at this stage now. We're in March, mid-March, coming up to mid-March. There's 2 months left of the season. Then we've got probably one of the most important transfer windows in this club's history. And, you've got to start asking yourself questions. Is Arteta good enough? Is he the man to take us forward into the up to the level we want? For me, I just have to say no. He's not good enough. We see, what we've seen today, which we've seen several times this season. We just keep taking steps backwards. Yes, okay, our defense has become a lot better, which of course is good. But I would rather be letting in a few more goals and scoring goals and winning games 2-1, 3-2 than like today where today we should have had goals, but in other games where we can't create anything, can't create anything, we just can't do anything. And there's too many players who keep playing who shouldn't be playing, like Xhaka. I mean, this guy. Yes, okay, granted, he's had 2-3 good games, but if the guy keeps playing game after game after game, he's going to have inevitably 1 or 2 good games. That's just going to happen to any professional footballer. Yeah. But not to take into account all his mistakes, poor passes, how slow he is, how he holds us down, and to keep getting played, it just makes no sense. And I can't back it up.
No. Well, sorry. Also,
Ceballos, mate, when he came on, just for that short period of time, he hit the post even.
Yeah. Also, at the same time, at the same time, we played Burnley twice this season now. 1 point out of 6. They've got 4 against us, and come out of them games both. Who's the centre of the attention? Granit Xhaka. Red card last time. Cost us went on to cost us 3 points. And today he gave it again, and and yet he's rewarded with that stupidity. Yet when Pepe obviously got sent off against Leeds, he publicly humiliated the guy, hung him up to dry and everything. But against Granit, it's okay, no worries. Since credit got dropped at the start of the season when Partey first came in, he obviously then since then got back into the team, first 11. He's played every game and he's constantly fucking us over. And I'm sick. And why is Partey taken off?
Thomas Partey,
Partey
I predicted, didn't I? First half, he'd take off Partey, leave him on, and that's what happened. And it's just a joke decision. Yeah. Another one that cost us, in my opinion.
And would you trust him now with this? Would you trust him now with this transfer window? I wouldn't. I wouldn't trust him with this transfer window.
Well, the thing is, I can't say he hasn't brought in really good players because he has, but I don't trust him to manage
the best out of them. No,
exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
He's a coach. He's a coach. He's not a manager.
The players that he's brought in, I can't complain about pretty much any of them, really. But I don't trust him in his team management, his basic skills of substitution, and I'm not buying the fact that he's still a new manager. He's been here 18 months now, so he should know who to bring on and when.
Exactly.
So there's no excuse for that. And the way that he's handled other players, preferably over some of the other players, like what the hell has Martinelli actually done? He transformed our form when he came into the team. He transformed the club. Him and Smith Rowe, and now he's not even getting a sniff.
Yeah, well, I just think, I mean, on that note, I think he's just not, whatever Arteta wants him to do, he's not doing it, which I would find it really interesting. I would like to know what he's not doing, but that's what I think is happening there, because it doesn't make any sense otherwise. I mean, I don't think he's injured. Not enough not to come in and play in a game like this where we need him to go out and go all out for about 30 minutes, right? Put a little pressure on the defense. It's another speechless game from Arteta's Arsenal again. Speechless. I mean, basically we started and ended the last 6 minutes of that first half in totally different spectrums of the game, right? That's a team coming out, knowing what to do, and then coming into the halftime, just falling asleep at the wheel again. We do that consistently, right? I mean, you look at the replay, and Xhaka should have known to pass it out wide, one touch ball at that point. It's not even. He doesn't even have to trap it. He trapped it, and then he kicks it right into the defender. The offensive player. I mean, he had time. He had time to just he did everything wrong, and he didn't do anything wrong in that 5-second period, and it cost the team. He should be apologizing. He won't.
No, he won't do.
Right? He won't apologize, but he should.
I've got the same feelings that I had after that Watford game with Unai Emery, when I just knew that was it for me with Unai Emery, and I've got the same feeling after this game, and I hate that feeling.
Yeah,
I really do.
I mean, Steve in the chat, I put a few of his comments up. We're not fully blaming the manager, but he's got to take a part of the responsibility because he's picking the players. He's making these subs, so he's got to take some responsibility as well.
It's not the starting 11. It's not the starting 11. It's what happens after halftime that we don't like, because he has control over that situation. He looks at 11. He sees what happens. They come out. They give up a goal going into half.
Yeah, where's the consequence?
You either come out with a change or you change it pretty quickly, because if you've watched any team play us, once we do something like this, we need a jolt, and he didn't do that with any of his subs. No, he didn't do that with any of his formation changes.
It's the game management. The game management is piss poor again. He keeps picking Xhaka for God knows what reason. He keeps playing a double pivot. When we need goals, you can't. When you need to go forward, you can't have a double pivot. You just can't get forward.
You know what? Sorry, but I gotta go jump on to Riches for a little bit. So thank you, Ryan.
No
thank you,
worries.
Sam, Andrew.
See you later, Gary.
All right, everybody in the chats. I'll talk to you guys later. Check out my video on Y5, and we'll go from there. All right.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you have this argument. You can have this argument all day long. It's the players. It's not the manager. It's the manager. It's not the players. Blah 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 blah. But I'll tell you what. At the end of the day, the manager is accountable. He is the one who's accountable. He's the one who's going to lose his job, not the players. So the manager has to take responsibility for a lot of the stuff that's going on. And at the end of the day, whether the players down tools or whatever they do, or they keep missing chances, it's the manager. It's the manager who's accountable for this. That's just how it is.
What were the main points, right? If you think back to Unai Emery's reign, what really frustrated us week in, week out, and it was always playing players in the wrong positions, playing the same players every single week, and not changing things up. Yes, we were piss poor in defence and completely disorganised, but we were. One of the big things was playing the same players out of position, playing Torreira as a number 10. Everything was just getting on top of us, wasn't it? And it's the same things if you think about it under Arteta. The same sort of issues. We're tighter at the back, yes, but we're not scoring as many goals as we were before. And it's the same stupid, unexplainable decisions that he keeps coming up with regards to lineups and substitutions, and not being able to change things during the match. And I can't get past that anymore. I keep making excuses for him in my own head all the time. I mean, last week even, we had that bad run again, and then we won the 2 games, must-win games, and I thought, that shows me that Arteta's got balls.
He's learned and all that,
all of a sudden, we have a game like this again, and I can't defend that.
No.
I really can't. We're only in 2 competitions. We're in 2 competitions, and we haven't got that many games left between now and the end.
We've got 11 games left to fill. League-wise.
We've got to win them all.
Even then, it's guaranteed. Yeah, even then, it's not guaranteed.
Today was a game we should have been winning, and yes, admittedly, we had the chances. We had the chances to win it, but at the same time, with the way the game management went, especially in the second half, we gave the game back to Burnley instead of trying to really get hold of them and actually try and score a few goals. We let them take advantage in the second half until about the last 10 minutes or so when we sort of come back. And that's down to Arteta. He took off Ødegaard, our main attacking presence, kept a double pivot, took off Willian, who was another attacking presence, and was supposed to, without the attacking players and with a double pivot sitting deep just in front of our back line, we're supposed to be able to attack and, take the game to Burnley. You can't do that. And then the worst player on the pitch by a country mile, he keeps on the entire game and takes off the best player on the pitch, takes him off instead, Partey.
Why can't?
Mind baffling.
Why can't he see? Has he ever played Partey and Ceballos as a double pivot? I don't think he has.
No.
I'm not sure. No, I don't think so.
Well, why can't he see that? I mean, I'm not saying that I'm like the fucking brain. I can think that he would be such a perfect partner for Partey in every way, complement him really well. But we've never seen it once. He will always blindly stick with Granit Xhaka. And how many managers are going to lose their job because of Granit Xhaka? I mean,
that's it. And the mind-boggling thing is, he is the one who keeps getting picked. It's like, how is it possible?
Under 4 different managers as well now. If you include Freddie, that part-time.
Yeah, because Freddie who kept using him as well. Yeah.
It's the same thing over and over again. It's like bloody Groundhog Day all the time. And the thing is, I'm not saying that Granit Xhaka. He's not a half-decent player for a club, but he will always make these mistakes. And we have the same issue with Mustafi. In my opinion, we have the same issue with Socrates. We've got the same issue with David Luiz. And yet they continue to be played, and they're going to lose their job because of it. I mean, at the end of the day, because they cost us points. And that's down to the manager.
You know what? We've been talking about this the last few, I'd say basically all season, and probably the last few seasons as well. We all talk about this, how many individual errors we keep seeing. Most games we'll see an individual error that leads to a goal, gives them a goal or loses the game. These big individual errors that, lead directly to the other team scoring. And we keep seeing it, and it keeps coming from the same players, like Xhaka, Luiz every few games, Holding every few games, Bellerin out of position every few games. And these are the players who keep playing, game in, game out. And that for me is where the manager has to take accountability. Is surely he, with all the stats he's got in front of him and all the team he's got around him, coaches and statisticians and all that, surely they're able to see the same things. You've got so many individual errors here. let's remove that by bringing in different people. They've had the transfer windows to do that, and they haven't done it. They're not removing the players that are giving you the individual errors.
Nope.
That said, as well, we still had decisions go against us again today. That was a penalty, blatant penalty, handball.
Oh yeah,
we shouldn't be relying on that either.
We didn't get it again. And what we've got to realise
but we had enough chances to score goals as well, didn't we?
Of
We had enough
course we did.
chances to score goals. Yeah.
That's not an excuse for not winning the game.
Oh no.
Once again, we haven't got a penalty when it's a blatant penalty. That it was replayed about 50 times, and they're just doing it now. They're replaying it again and again now. And why didn't we get that penalty? It's just wrong, really wrong, and that's what VAR was here for, and it's just not worked again in our favour.
Well, I'd love to know what the Premier League is smoking, because I've just had a theme for the Premier League. What's the fantasy team app? Arsenal's Emeka Bamian has been awarded Budweiser's King of the Match. Apart from the goal, what did he do? Let's be honest. He had a couple of chances, but he missed them.
No one's watched the game there, then, have they?
Really? I mean, there's a question here from Steve who's been on the screen for a while. Two questions. First is this the best couple of young players we've had in years?
I'll take yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Hands down.
Our squad is brilliant. I think our squad is very, very strong. Yes, we need to change it. Still need to change a couple of players here and there. But our squad is very, very strong. And that is exactly what I was talking about before with regards to Villa, West Ham. Well, how can they get a tune out of their squad? And we can't. We're stuck in mid-table, 10th, 11th. And there's no excuse for that at all. There's something badly wrong.
Yeah, and the follow-up is Arteta getting the best out of them? He seems to have a problem with a lot of them. Exactly.
No, he does not get the best out of them. No,
he answers your own question.
He wasn't even using them until he was forced to. I mean, Smith Rowe. We were all crying out for Smith Rowe. Let's get some creativity in. We need that creative midfielder. Smith Rowe can give it to us. We cried out for him for a long time, and he didn't bring him in until he was forced to. And then when he came in, he did the job, and then he realised, okay, we'll have to use him. To me, that is just, again, that is another sign that Arteta is just not with it.
And we've got Miguel Aziz sitting in the
another great. And that Patino looks awesome. Patino looks awesome as well. Wow.
Yeah. We've got Serjan as well, who also looks really, really promising.
Yeah.
And obviously we've got Balogun. With less said about him, the better at the moment. We can talk about him for hours. But we've got Miguel Aziz is the same age as what Vieira was when he came into our club. And so I won't have about the age situation. He needs a chance to say whether he's good enough or not. But he should be on the bench rather than someone like Miguel El Neni.
Yeah.
El Neni is a half-decent plodder who does a job, but he doesn't offer us anything to lift us up the table. Whereas Miguel Aziz he's got that skill, he's got that talent. So you've got to put these players up in front, to give them a chance. I don't know.
Yeah, Steve in the chat saying, also, Steve, we're not doubting it's the players got to blame as well. They've got to take the blame, but Arteta, he's picking the same players that are making these mistakes. He's keeping them on when they're making mistakes and costing us points. So that's where we're saying he's got to take that chunk of responsibility as well. It all comes from all angles, and he also goes on to say,
doesn't want to win the game.
No.
And at the end of the day,
he doesn't want to win the game. He doesn't want to lose it. That's the thing. Same again as the last manager.
Well, that's what.
And at the end of the day, the manager. No matter what you say, at the end of the day, the manager is accountable. It's as easy as that.
He's a manager for a reason. He got promoted to manager for a reason, so he has to take some responsibility. And what we're saying is, when he's picking the same players that keep fucking up over and over again, when he's keeping them on after they fuck up over and over again, that's when you got to put him into question. And the subs as well. It's just, again, like Rich, Andrew just said, it screams like he's just literally it's 1-1 got hold up for the draw. It's like he's playing it like we're going for a title. We need to get a result over the line. We're not. We're not even fucking in European chase at the moment.
We're not ruthless. We don't go for the win. When we won 1-0 ahead, we used to go for 2-3 goals ahead.
We used to.
When's the last time we did that?
Yeah. We used literally, even under Wenger, we used to get a goal ahead and that'd be it. Okay, well, we'll put fucking pressure on you now. We're going to go second, we're going to get a third, we're going to get a fourth, and then fifth sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, even Wenger's last couple of years, the start of football, and the way we played, even though we weren't getting the results, and obviously we were in a decline there, we weren't competing, the style was far better than what we're seeing now. We've gone from one extreme to the other. He came in and said, I want to get this club playing attacking football that the fans are used to. He's nearly a year and a half in now, and I'm sorry, I can't. Yet people go, well, if we take our chances, we're not taking our chances.
Burnley are 7 points above the drop.
Yeah. And another thing I want to say is we're getting into mid-March now, right? We're at the business end of the season. We're about 2 months away from the end of the season now. Now, when you think about it, when you look at where Arteta is in his development, so-called development as a manager, why are we thinking he's somehow going to magically reinvent the wheel and all of a sudden magically become a Pep Guardiola or a Johan Cruyff or whatever, when he's got 2 months left of the season? I just, it's just not going to happen, is it?
Should we listen to what he's got to say?
Yeah, go on.
Yes, obviously it's a really tough place to come in a difficult pitch. But overall, I have to say that if you don't score the big chances that we had, if you give a goal to the opponent, and if you don't get the decision when it's a clear penalty in the Premier League, to be fair, it's pretty complicated.
No.
We need to eradicate from the game. No, it's something that we work on and we're going to keep doing. The first goal that we scored is through Bern. Bern started the whole thing, and we scored a goal with Aubameyang, and then we made a mistake that cost us a goal. But as well, Bern, the only chance that they had, it was a long kick from Bern. We had an open structure, and they have the chance they only have in the game. So it can happen when you play short or long. This is football. That's obviously when you miss the chances that we missed today in these grounds. Obviously, you're going to have moments when they put you under pressure, and the game becomes exactly what they want. And then you don't get the decision when it's an obvious penalty because someone has to explain me then what a penalty is.
You're in command in the first half, but again, the mistake. This is the problem, isn't it? You're just undermining yourself. Yeah, but look back at the season and regret the mistake.
Still with that, you have to come here and win the game. With what you're producing in the game, you have to come and win it. Simple as that. And if you don't, then we have to look at ourselves and don't find any other excuses. We completely dominated the first half. We felt comfortable. We should have been 2-3-0 up. In the second half, you're going to have killers. The way they play, they make it really difficult. It was a difficult pitch. A lot of long balls, a lot of aerial juke. Was much better. We generate chances that we should have won the game.
You've been talking this week about the Arsenal side that you want this to be, and that you're not there yet. You're far from that. The story of this match.
Yeah, you have to come here and win by 2 or 3 goals when you produce a performance like that, because if you give any hope to any team in the Premier League, they're going to take it. And that's the difference when you have consistency in results. On one day you win, the other one you draw, the other one you lose.
Back in the cup.
So he's playing the pitch.
We have there, and that's the point, really.
I mean, to be fair, he didn't really make too many excuses there. We need to win by 2 or 3 goals. That's true. But we're not, are we? We surrendered. We had the impetus, and we just let it slip. Gave it back to Burnley, who were 15th, 7 points above the drop, and they're in terrible form. They just lost to the Spud 4-0, and we can't beat them. We can't keep our grip on the game. We just let it slip, and then we give the impetus to them. And that is the mentality thing that has to come from the manager. It has to.
Yeah, I mean, literally. When he was asked about the Xhaka situation, he diverted straight away and said, "Well, we've got to take a shot." Yeah, you've got to take the chances. I'm not disputing it, but again, earlier in the season when Pepe reacted and got sent off, you are quick enough. I mean, he was massively quick enough to publicly out him and say he's basically a disgrace. He's let the whole team down, but he's not doing it to Granit. And how many times with Granit, I'm doing it. I'm fucking sick of it. There's no consistency. There's no consequence to the actions. This is the same things that Arsene Wenger was doing at the end of his time.
When you've got players that are in form, like Pepe, and he's finally clicking, he's just dropped for the next game. And now I know that you've got to rotate, but he hasn't played much football. I'm sorry, but he can't be in the red zone when he hasn't played. It's not football. And you've got to play players in form, and he just constantly chops and changes all the time. And that is not going to give you consistent results. I mean, surely, it's easy to spot, isn't it? That's a bog standard team. You play players who are playing well and in form.
We've said it all. We've said it all season. Whenever he's done like these playing lots of Jack and non-stop and things like that, or Hector Bellerin, why is he playing Hector when he's not in form and making mistakes himself or holding? We're saying the same thing. If we're seeing it, we're not even in the stadium. We're having to sit the boxes at home. If we can see it, why can't he? Why can't his staff?
No, we're not professional football managers.
No, not saying
we've been watching football our whole life, and we can see things that are going wrong. Now, these managers, especially just now, he's had 6 days between games. They watch games over and over again to see what's happened, what's gone wrong, and how they can fix it. And then they obviously do the same on the opposition, and watch the videos of them so they can build up a plan of how to beat them, etc., etc. So when you've got these people working for you who are professionals, who are looking at these videos, and you must be able to see the weaknesses in our teams and the mistakes we continuously make. Why how are they justifying their jobs when they can't spot these simple things?
Exactly.
And they can't work together to actually rectify them over an 18-month period.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like I said earlier, it's run a match. In our walk of life, if we were set a target for a set time frame, and we don't meet even the minimal target by the end of that time frame, well, our heads are off the chopping block. And I'm sorry, yes, he's a rookie, he's done on the job, but how long will he keep going for that excuse? We finished we won the FA Cup, that was great. We won the FA Cup, we won the first trophy and all that. And
remember Andre Villas-Boas? Remember Andre Villas-Boas? Who was in his early 30s?
Yeah.
Who was going to be the best manager in the world.
Yeah.
Look what happened with him.
He
failed miserably at Chelsea, failed miserably at Spurs, and they both got rid of him very quickly.
Yeah.
It happens. And
sometimes the clubs make mistakes. We get that. But when you realise you made a mistake, act on it. Don't just put your head in the sand and hope for the best and ignore what's going on around you. I mean, obviously, we've got to take into account, obviously, there's no fans in stadium, hence why everyone's having this financial yearly loss that we're all seeing. But at the same time, as I said earlier, our last game of the season is at home to Brighton. At least 40,000 fans, could be in that stadium. They have the option of 40,000 fans. I don't think, where things are going, I don't think there won't be many in there, won't even get half of that 40,000 going in. And like we saw with Wenger, when the attendances started dropping in that last season, that's when they acted. That's when they announced he was leaving, sacked or whatever. He was leaving. That's when, and then the same with Emery. So literally straight away that one, as soon as it's Southampton and then the Frankfurt home game came along, and the attendances was empty seats all over the place. They acted. It shouldn't have to take for fans to have to vote on their feet. Why can't they just sit for what
it will happen though? It'll be as full as it can be. It will be, and that's the problem. But fans won't do that because we've got so many people wanting to see. That stadium will be as full as it could possibly be allowed to be. I'm totally with you, mate. I wish we could do that, and I wish we could have an empty stadium.
Yeah,
but I just know that it won't happen. I'm not being pessimistic, but I just know how it works.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got so many people on the waiting list for season tickets that they'll just sell, and nothing will be done.
Sorry, I just one little thing. We saw that attendances dwindled a lot under Emery. So even with all the season ticket holders and everything, we saw the ground was getting quite empty. Even at the end of the Wenger era, Another era, we saw the ground was getting quite empty, and the same could happen again with Arteta. And if that happens, then
there's a difference though. We haven't been able to go for what?
No, I'm just saying. But when the fans eventually get back, if he's still there.
Yeah,
there'll be an appetite for it this season.
There probably will be for a few games. Yeah, but I don't know if it's that crap. I don't know. Would people want to go and see it? I don't know. Maybe, probably.
That's what I'm saying. For one game,
I'm not being funny. I would. If I could get a ticket, I'd go because I've been desperate to go. I've been missing it so much. Okay. So it's a different situation at the moment. But I get your point.
Steve in the chat as well saying, being an Arsenal fan since '79. I'm pissed off. Need change of manager or players. ASAP. Need both. There's still players at this club that aren't good enough.
Yeah.
And clearly, no. Again, with Mikel, it's not good enough. He's not good enough either. Sadly, I mean, I wanted it to work, but there's only so much we can take.
That's today because I've been noticing with you, Ryan, the last few weeks, say months, that you've been a bit backwards and forwards. You've seen both sides of the Arteta argument, and you've been sometimes you've been critical of him, other times you're saying yes, you can see there is something happening. And I was just wondering today, listening to you today, have you made your mind up now that you don't think he's the right man? Or
I made my mind up a while ago. Back in we weren't winning for a month and a half.
Yeah.
But I'll still, if he's doing something well, I will praise him. I won't.
Yeah, sure.
I want the manager to go because things aren't going right. If results aren't there, I can't praise him. If he does something brilliant, I praise him. I'm not we ain't like other channels, so I say, that just constantly, no matter what, negative. We will give praise, but at the end of the day, that month and a half told me a lot. The players.
You know what? After the Leicester game, we gave a lot of praise after the Leicester game because that last game was very good in many ways.
Yeah, for the entire 90 minutes we dominated the game.
But I remember, so many fans were just waxing lyrical and saying, "Oh, this is it. This is the turning point. This is it. We're all heading in the right direction now." And I can see where that optimism comes from. I mean, that's I can see it and everything. But I remember saying, and other people saying as well, listen. Let's just wait and see what happens now in the next game because we need to take that what happened in the Leicester game and do it consistently. We need to keep doing it every game. And unfortunately today, like I said, we took one step forward with the Leicester game, and today we're taking 2 steps back again.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like I'm disappointed.
I've never nailed my colours to the mast because I like to see the best in him, and I've seen some really good points about Arteta. I really like him. I really want it to work. I really do. I've put out some videos where I've been really expressed my concerns, and then I've really backed him. But when he's shown that we had those 2 games last week, for example, must-win games, really high pressure, and we came through it and we won them both. And I'm thinking, well, and it gives me that little bit of hope again. But then we see another result like today, and like I said just a few minutes ago, I feel really almost as low as I did after that Watford game under Unai Emery when I fully decided that I wanted Unai Emery out before. And I can't help but feel that I've just been let down again. And how many times am I going to allow myself to get that little bit of hope and only to be let down again by what I can only see is really poor mistakes by the manager. And there's been a lot of poor mistakes today. And yes, we gave them a goal with a stupid mistake by Granit Xhaka. However, he didn't help our chances of getting on top again by the substitutions that he made and the way that we were playing. And we were never going to get that momentum back and get on top of Burnley again by what he did as a manager.
Exactly.
He didn't make the changes to allow to do that. So I can't help but be negative today. And it's just one after the other at the moment. I don't know how many more of these negative things I can take. And it's not good enough. I didn't actually see our position in the league table.
10th, holding on by
about 10th, 11th. We could drop.
Yeah, if Leeds win,
we're further, couldn't we?
We're in the bottom half of Leeds.
And today is a game. It's not good enough. I agree completely. And today was a game we looked at the calendar now, the fixture list, the schedule. We looked at today and said today is a game we have to win it. It's a winnable game, and we're gonna have to win it because now our next few games are tough in the league. We've got Tottenham. I know we can beat them, but it's not an easy fixture. If we're honest with ourselves, it's not an easy fixture. No. Because mainly because of Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho is good against Arsenal. That's the thing. And then we got West Ham, who have had a phenomenal season. We've got the likes of Liverpool. You just know that Klopp's going to turn it around. It's not going to be the same crappy team that's playing right now against us, most likely in 3 games' time. We've got some tough fixtures now. The next 5-6 fixtures are tough fixtures, and we've got the Europa League where we're going. We're going to have to beat Olympiacos over 2 legs, which is not going to be the easiest task in the world either. they're not going to just let us run over them, are they? They're not just going to lie down and let us walk all over them. So, these are tough games coming up, and you just have to ask questions of the manager. Is he up for it, man management-wise, team management-wise, to get the job done? And there's just so many questions, that's the thing.
Well, Gareth Bale has suddenly realised that he's been playing with his left boot on his right foot and his right boot on his left foot. He's suddenly realised now, so he's suddenly coming back into form. He knows that he's more than capable of ripping us a new one as well on his own. So we've got to be very, very careful against Spurs and West Ham. I could back them against any team in the league at the moment, the way they're playing.
This is a tweet that's been put out by Aubameyang in the last minute or so. It says, let's be honest, VAR on the side in this game. When you produce chances as we did today, we should have won this game. But it is what it is. Let's move forward. Big game coming. Come on, you Gunners. But that bit there where it says, it is what it is, that's our captain.
How many other players who did what Granit Xhaka did today would have put out a tweet immediately saying, I'm really sorry for that stupid mistake and I'll make sure, don't do that again. He won't do anything like that, will he? Because he don't give a shit.
He doesn't apologise.
No.
Xhaka doesn't apologise. He didn't apologise that day when he came off, took off the shirt, disrespected the captain's armband. He didn't apologise when he throttled that player and got sent off. He didn't apologise for that. He just doesn't apologise.
No, don't be
He
serious.
doesn't care about the club.
No, it's not. And if he does say anything, it's why he isn't me. The fans are against me.
Yeah,
I'll get
he's the
abused.
victim.
Again,
He's
we don't
the victim, basically.
Again, we don't condone the abuse, but you're
of course not.
You're taking it on the wrong people for a start in terms of that Palace situation, and then also when you're making mistakes and you're now the ex-captain, obviously, but when you're meant to be one of the leaders in our fucking club, so-called, take some responsibility. Say sorry. That would mean something to the fans. Or at least we go, okay,
I would have thought that would have been the job of captain.
Yeah.
After that Watford game that I was on about, he's the player that came out and said we were scared.
As captain. Live on national TV.
And he come out and said we were scared of Watford.
That 2-0 up.
I mean, I just like...
Yeah.
I lost it.
It's not good enough.
I really did.
He's a good leader, apparently.
I lost it really good when he said that.
Steve's asking in the chat, what do you guys think should have happened after Burnley scored? Well, A, he gets a bollocking from the players. B, at half-time, he's getting hooked off and bringing on Ceballos.
Yes. And I agree with Andrew. So even though Ceballos had that mistake in him, and Ceballos is a bit up and down with his performances, unfortunately. But I would like to see him play with Partey because Ceballos is good defensively as well. A lot of people don't realise that. He's got very good defensive stats. He's good at interceptions. He's good at picking up. He's good at tackling players as well. You're getting there and get tackles in, and he's good at carrying the ball. And I'd like to see him because for me, if we have a double pivot, we're sitting deep. We're not going to get on the front foot. And the disconnect from the attack is too far. So for me, Partey, you saw today how dynamic and athletic that guy is. He's like another Vieira, basically. I mean,
so that's
just to say it in simple terms. And when you've got a dynamic, athletic player who can cover that area of the pitch, you don't need a double pivot. So for me, you can have like a Ceballos, or even just leave both Smith Rowe and Ødegaard in there, who are very good off the ball as well, pressing and everything, doing what they need to do off the ball. But with Ceballos, you can play him a bit further up, and you'll have that connect with the attack. You can have Ceballos carry the ball, transition the ball, give it to Ødegaard or Smith Rowe, because if we can play with both Smith Rowe and Ødegaard, we can be so lethal with together with Saka. If he finds a bit of form again, we can really do damage with those players.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that I would never back down from is the fact that yes, Ceballos has had up and down games, but when is he again? I've said this about so many players. When did he ever get a run of games to get that form, to get that fitness back, and to get up the match sharpness? He's always in and out, or in and out, and he never gets played on a regular basis to his strengths because he's always been up the one to us to drop to stay deep in a double pivot. He's not given the license to run forward when necessary and play those through balls. And he can do that very, very well. But he's always on a lead. He's on a leash, you know. Like a lot of our players are, and he doesn't get that run of games to get that sharpness. So he's going to be up and down. He's going to be up and down. In any team in the world, you've got to play a run of games back, you know, one after the other.
Exactly. And that's why I'd rather have seen him. I'd rather have seen him play than Xhaka. You know, in all our recent games, I'd rather see him play than Xhaka and try and get that run of games. You know, but unfortunately, our manager he sees it very differently, doesn't he?
Yeah. I'm going to have to go now, boys. I'm going to have to put
things
lunch my son's on that.
We've been over 3 hours now, and otherwise we'll keep repeating ourselves.
Been a pleasure. Been an absolute pleasure. I've really thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah. We've saved a repeat for Thursday when it happens again. Oh, my days. But yeah, Andrew, where can people find you and your podcast and what platforms and all that?
Yeah, it's find me on YouTube from Dial Square to Where. Please give us a go or subscribe, and all the normal podcast platforms like Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, the works, and you can find us on there and give us a follow as well, and that'd be fantastic.
Yep. Sam, what about yourself?
Yeah, I'm just mainly a guest now on different panels. I'm here the most often now for watch-alongs and stuff. So thanks for having me again. It's been it's always good to talk with the guys on the panel and sort of go through the trials and tribulations of Arsenal all together, at least, and talk about it and have some kind of therapy that way. You know, we get through it and have a laugh. But yeah, the games are painful to watch, aren't they? Mostly. So but it's always fun to be a part of this. And thanks again. And everyone hit the like button and make sure you show some appreciation.
Yeah, definitely do that.
Yeah. And also, just look back this up because it's coming in the chat just as well to finish up. In 2002-03, was it the players or Wenger made it? It's both. It's a combination of both, and that's what we're saying. If it works, it's a combination of both. If it's not working, and obviously players are making mistakes, and the managers keep rewarding them, as we keep saying, then it's both again for making us crap. 2003, from the early 2000s, it was a combination of Wenger, obviously being what he was at the time, and the players. Because let's not forget, these players he brought in as well. The likes of Henry, the Vieira when he first came, Ashley Cole coming through the academy, things they weren't world class players, world class players in the sense of they weren't known for being a world class player at the time. Perez even, but look what he did in the space of 12 to 18 months. In that early
his man management was second to none.
Yeah,
he improved players.
Yeah,
very strongly.
Even the players he inherited, the David Seamans, Adamses, Lee Dixon, Winterburn, Keown, Parler.
He extended their career, didn't he, for like 2 or 3 seasons, didn't he?
They're in their 30s and they became better players.
Yeah.
Under him.
Exactly. I mean, what Seaman retired when he was like 39, just about hit 40. That's how much he gave and improved players and things like that, as we keep saying.
Yeah.
So, and that's where we always praise Wenger for that. We never doubt him or ever doubt him for what he did in the early years. It's after the latter years where he started getting a bit set in his ways and having too much faith in certain players, no matter what.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Arteta has come in, and he said he's not experienced enough, but he's making the same mistakes that Wenger was doing, in the sense of having faith in players that are making mistakes, costing us points, left, right, no matter what, not giving the players inform a proper chance and things like that. If we're doing well this season and not running away with it, but like exceeding expectations, now we're saying, going for a top 4 place, we wouldn't be giving him any grief at all.
No,
because there's an improvement there. But it's no improvement. We're literally we've got 11 games to go in the league, plus the 2 Europa League games. But league-wise, 11 games to go. We're 10th. We're hanging on by another team. Now Leeds will probably win this week and put us in the bottom half of the league. We finished. He came at half a season, put us in 8th. Where when we took over when we were 15th, put us in 8th. And won us the cup. We can't just go, because you won us the cup, we'll give him more time. Because in that case, we may as well give him more time because he got to a European final.
Claudio Ranieri winning the league with Leicester and got sacked halfway through the next season.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this wasn't good enough. We weren't good enough, were they? That's right. Yeah.
And with that, again, I'm going to say thanks to
Di
everyone.
Matteo at Chelsea winning the Champions League.
Yeah.
About 10 games into the new season.
Yeah.
Literally 2 months in, it's gone. Bloody hell. He actually won the one thing they wanted to win. But yeah, thanks to everyone, Steve and everyone in the two Steves, because obviously got Arsenal Misfit in there as well. All the Vegas and Steve.
Big up Warren.
All fantastic, keeping us sane. Good questions as well, chat as well.
Yeah, good stuff in the chat.
Topics. But sadly, we didn't get the results.
I'm going to have to go through it all after. I'm going to catch up.
I've got to do highlights.
Yeah, exactly. Ryan, while I got you, I've been speaking to Warren, and Warren said he'd like to come on because he can give the whole referee perspective as well, because he's a high-level referee.
Yeah. I've got his.
If you can, I know if you plan for him to come on, I'll ask him if he can come on one of the next watch-alongs, because I can give. I've got him on Facebook now, so I can give him the link. So he can come on.
Oh, that's no problem. That's fine. Yeah. If he's available Thursday, Warren, you're still in the chat, you're available Thursday. Let me know via Sam, and Sam to send you the link and all that.
Yeah.
And but again, we didn't get the result. We're same old really. Like the other podcast says, same old Arsenal. Oh dear. But you have obviously, if you're new to the channel, you've liked what we've done, like what we've done today, the sort of debate back and forth about the match and now afterwards, and all the other podcasts we do. Give us a subscribe, smash the like button, share the content around, and also you can now find, when it comes to podcasts, not watch-alongs, podcasts that we do on this channel now, you can now get, not live, but within half hour after we finish the show, you'll be on Spotify and Anchor as it stands. Other platforms haven't took me up yet, but when they do, obviously I'll be putting it on the screen as well. But the Mr. Arsenal podcast is now on Spotify. The first episode was on Thursday. So you can find us on those, because if you can't make it for the live, you can always listen to it back. You don't have to watch us on. So just listen to it instead. A lot better. You can move about. You put it in your pocket.
Stick it on when you're doing your housework. There's nothing better than when you're ironing or doing cleaning. Stick it on in the background.
Exactly. We all talk sense. We're not one of them channels that are driven by negativity no matter what. We do talk sense somewhat sometimes, but we don't attack people as well. Everyone's entitled to opinion no matter what side you sit on, this, that and the other. And
it's better comedy as well than you will ever get on any TV program.
Of course.
True,
Doesn't take much in the UK, but still.
Let's be honest. Normal TV is crap now, isn't it? It really is normal TV.
Yeah. We've got no filter on here. We've got no filter. We say what we want to say. If you want to hear comments about Tarkovsky's ears, then just listen to us.
Or things we've said worse on this channel as well, so there's no filter, literally.
Far worse.
Guilty.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything.
Hush. Come back and find out next time. But until then, obviously, we're back this up. I've then got to fucking go through this on my phone and grab highlights and make a highlight show for you guys, and then also highlights back if you want to. That'll be up in about the next hour or so, depending on how long it takes to get the clips up and sorted and put together. And then, depending on how I feel tomorrow, depending, because obviously I've had the vaccine, and depends if I feel that I am now, but I'll do it. I'll do a watch on for the Madrid derby, Real Madrid versus Atletico. If I'm not dead on my knees, basically. If I don't do it, you know why. And then also I organise a podcast for Monday probably, if not Tuesday. And then Thursday we're back. Oh no, it has to be Monday, because then Tuesday Champions League, isn't it? So Monday podcast, Champions League Tuesday, Wednesday the decent games on. And then Thursday, back again for watching Arsenal. Hopefully not fuck it. Probably will fuck it up, but we hope and pray. And we'll go from there. Until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend, even though Arsenal have fucked it over pretty much. And as always, up the Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners.
Up the Arsenal. Come on.